Once we get to 10K, we're going to open up the panel. All right. My apologies. Who did that? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Just Talk About It with your beautiful host, Jessica Cymone. Today we'll be talking about voters' remorse. And yes, we try to get away from it and think that, oh, it's played out. But every time their daddy does something else, and there's more and more videos of them having voters' remorse. So we would just love to talk to you and pick your brain and see where exactly you went wrong. Now, we'll be doing that for that first half of the live stream. And then the second half, we'll be brainstorming on how we can move forward, the things that we want to see, the way that we want to move, and talking about we are what's left. You know why? Because it's Thursday. We're going to throw a throwback, a hip hop throwback 90s party, right? We're going to be playing a lot of music. If you're on YouTube, obviously we can't play it here. So definitely come on and follow us on TikTok. We'll be doing that, and everybody who sends a donation to the GoFundMe for We Are What's Left will be able to make a request. And then Friday, we'll be doing an auction. So if you own a business that has any product or merch, you would like to donate any merch, all your amazing services that we can auction off for every donation that we get for We Are What's Left. We would greatly appreciate it. But we will have an auction this Friday. So far, we have a couple of creators who have agreed to it. Shout out to Hector Talks and his Trump merch, not type of Trump merch you think it is, but things like Kamala would never. And also shout out to um the Eggs and Grits podcast, the Grits and Eggs podcast. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I always put it backwards. Grits and Eggs podcast will be around auctioning off a shirt from their website too. So shout out to Deontay Kyle. And you never know who may drop by when we auction off the merch. So definitely come support a great cause. We are what's left. We're taking back what the narrative is on what is left, and we are showing that with our actions and the way we are fighting fascism away. So, anyways, the pay link's in my bio. The Gunfelt GoFundMe is in my bio. And it has a list of what we're trying to do, what we need the startup cost for. So I appreciate you and I thank you in advance. Now to these comments. You can leave, right, Buck? You don't have to stay here. You can get the fuck out. So it's not for you. We don't have a lot of stupidity here, you know? We don't. I know. Hold on. You was in that live cigar when it happened? You told me you were flying to New York? No! I missed it too, Debbie. I missed it too. Okay. I hate I missed it. Sometimes I be having to, what's that called? What up, Dayton? How you doing? How you feeling tonight? Not I've been kicked to the curb. No, you ain't been kicked to the curb at all. At all. See, I was gonna say something in the Discord, but I had to make sure you was okay first. He gonna like, no, you didn't just go to business as usual. No, everything all the right people that I've talked to, I've told them about you. It was like, who's your team? I was like, I have a group of two at the moment. you know? It's three of us, just the three of us. I have one on the left and one on the right. Yeah, but yeah, I've been doing them to saying great things about you, darling. All right. Um, but $3 Chuck. Yo, the names say a lot. Once we get to 10K and the likes, y'all will open up the panel. The names say a lot. $3 Chuck is wild. Hey, Miss Stacia. No, Miss Stacia. How you doing? You got some news too? I can't wait to hear it. So we should talk tomorrow. Buck as in break. Oh, that's what it looked like, Taylor. Seems like you're losing viewers. I don't care about viewers. What are you talking about? I care about quality over quantity. You are a piece of quantity, Liam. You care about numbers, which is why you even got into the grifting you did for Trump, right? You care about numbers. They've blocked you from so many live streams. They don't even let you come up anymore. You can't even get what it is that you're looking for. You can't even get off, right? You can't even get off. Hey Prime, how you doing? Welcome back, love. Um, can I tell you why? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But once we get to 10K, you guys, we're gonna open up the panel. So keep tapping. Listen to yourself sometimes. I do listen to myself. I play back my YouTube videos um of the live stream and I laugh all over again. I was like, damn, he was so fucking stupid. How did that even come to his mind? All right, I got a great raising you're gonna want to hear. Oh, you got a great what, sir? You have a great what? A great raisin? CCG money, how y'all doing, love? I think we need 49. No. 39 more roses. Hey D love. How you doing? Hey CC. Words are hard for Liam. Oh, okay. Well then that's enough for me to know that why you regret your vote. I get it, Liam. Mm. If my views are going down, then why do you want to be here, Liam? Why are you in the request? For some reason, you feel like a liability. I don't know if I want to let you up. It's given very much liability. It's my birthday, mother! Hey, Monique, happy birthday! Can everybody add Monique right now and tell her happy birthday, queen? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Thank y'all for pinning that so I can see it. Yes. Happy birthday, queen. Congratulations, for making it another trip around the sun. Always a beautiful day to wake up and be amazing. Okay. It's my birthday too. Day is your birthday. We got another one. Everybody tell D happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh my God. Any more cancers? How many more birthdays we have in here? We are at 10K. We're going to open up the panel, you guys. Liam, what do you want? Liam?
Hey, Jessica.
Hi. What's your reason?
I just didn't realize the fatigue.
Mm. We do not care. Hold on, y'all.
We do not care.
Hey! Get the fuck up. What are you talking about? Boy, bye. Do not license my birthday. Hey, y'all, happy belated birthday. Y'all say happy belated birthday, Adrian. Oh, shit. That hurt my own ears. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Good night, Liam. Go do somebody else. I ain't the one. I'm not the one. We're just not on the same level, sir. Just not gonna work like that. Cancer gang in the building. Really Gemini's. If you're a cancer, put the cancer sign in the chat, y'all. Oh, there go Taylor twice. I already on it. Mm. Yes, cancer gang in the building. Come on now. Everybody, we have 39 people in here. Share the live with just one person. Just one, because we don't want to give them no reason to feel like, they saying we spamming something, we doing something. Oh, you gonna do fancy stuff. You deserve it, baby. You go live your best life. Okay. Tell that motherfucker to giddy up. Hey, hi, C. How you doing? Doing welcome in. So, if you guys don't know, let me go ahead and pull up, what happened today. Uh Pam Bondi fires U.S. Justice Department's top ethics advisor. They firing everybody because he spent so many years on that goddamn reality show that he's like, "You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're
You're
fired.
fired."
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Yo,
You're
does
fired.
anybody see the "I love my pawpaw" sticker? Can y'all put that in the chat? Hey, Dispatch, thank you for the heart puffs, love. Yes, and if you have not get your daily heart me, please do so. Give me a follow if you have not done so. Let's keep tapping the screen, keep up to pushing the live out. I'm July 14th. My husband is the 22nd, so y'all hold on. He's not a Cancer though, right? I think that's right around the cusp. I hope you. Yeah, of course, Chris. Of course. Black folks duped into voting for the party that started the triple true. And guess what? They moved all the way over to the party that you voted for. Ain't that crazy? Respect from the world. Have you not? Do you not watch anything, or you must only watch Fox News? Matter of fact, I'm gonna mute you. How about that? You want to come on the panel and talk about it? You want to come up in the panel and talk about it? I'm tired. I don't know what time I want to talk to the comments is when it's the royal family. It's getting old, ain't it? Just as old as your daddy's. I'm just saying. He shitting on his head. Allegedly. No, that nigga shitting on himself. Oh, I CNN. Damn, I thought I muted you. Hold on, let me mute you real quick. $3 Chuck. Y'all names be telling me everything I need to know about why you voted for him. You're just not educated. Okay. Also, too, I don't know if you guys I told you guys, but we're gonna start going live twice a day, right? I think that we just to give us a little light, maybe talk about a little news of what's going on. The daytime is more so a little bit lighthearted. And the nighttime is when all the idiots seem to really come out. We'll brainstorm and talk about, we are what's left. And date your sister, tell us something new. My name. You have no. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got no comment. What? Said her. And it says on the house floor. Oh, okay. And did they deport her? I wasted my money. What money? You know what, Mimi? Can y'all mute Mimi too? Because you're going to have to come up here and tell me about it. Because I'm not finna be sitting up here waiting on your every damn reply. You want to talk about it like a real man and or woman? Definitely educated in a real state. For sure. For sure. They don't make no sense. And I could, no. You know how I could see like maybe you spelled the wrong sense, like CENTS. I mean, still, I would be I side eyeing you, but then you didn't even spell your sense right. And damn, you don't got autocorrect. Autocorrect didn't even know what the fuck you were talking about. Autocorrect said, I don't know what the hell you trying to say. I'm just gonna send it. If you're not a citizen, babe, she wouldn't be able to be a citizen if she was an illegal, if she was an illegal immigrant. If she was currently an illegal, no, an undocumented immigrant, she wouldn't be able to serve in Congress. Okay, all right. Now what? You think so? You support alligator Alcatraz? Hello, Carbs Nation. I sent you a request. Mm-hmm. Hey, Tiana, how you doing? To think that I don't have a problem with immigrants. You guys are the only ones that do, sir, ma'am, or sir. But I sent you a request if you would like to come up and talk about it. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. If you would like to. Hey, Marks and Kessel. Adrian, thank you so much, beautiful. Yeah, feel free to, come up. We have conversation now. Let me warn you right now. This is not a debate. This is not well, I got you on that point. Give me one. This is a conversation because what we need to do is start helping people critically think. I think that's really important in America right now, for sure. It's more important than ever. I got time tonight. He said, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me see if I got that sound. Damn. I don't know, but you know what I do got? I can play a quick snippet of it. He said, I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. Fucking, I'm crossing the line today. Look at you talking about. They cook better than MAGA could ever. They stay hold on, they stay clapping. I can't see. Hey, MAGA, leave. Get. If do you have MAGA remorse? If not, it's okay, baby. Just go on about your business.
Damn.
This
I
day.
just looked at my wrist, I got time today. Fuck it, I'm crossing the line today.
Yeah, let me
Damn.
see what's the
Remorse shot this
timestamp
too?
on that.
I just looked.
It's 16, so whenever somebody crossed the line today or somebody dropped somebody, we're gonna say.
Shot this too?
I just looked at my wrist, I got time today. Fuck it, I'm crossing the line today. The hate.
Oh my goodness. Let me bring it back to the okay. All right, we'll have that queued up. Because Dayton said he got time today. And the thing is, when Dayton got time, you really don't want to get that smoke. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that. Stop it. Look at you talking about it's beautiful queen's birthdays in here. We spreading all kind of love and joy. So literally, it is critical that you critically think, right? We need your help in this. God gave you that brain for a reason. Not for you could just get on your you know what? Mm-hmm. 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 Let me stop. Okay. Kurtzville. I want to talk about the education, Department of Education. And let's just kind of help the people out in the chat who talk about the horrors like California cannabis farm being put to an end under Trump administration, says farmer. What? Okay, that's something I need to read on the outside. Okay. Oh, so while I'm finding this, everybody, could you please tell me something that you are grateful for today? I think obviously in this world of chaos, it's important to remember the things that are important, and that is, what you're grateful for. Your country was dead. Donald Trump brings shame to the country with bald face lie. Oh, another lie? Not another lie. He didn't lie again, did he? He would never. He would never lie to us. He would never lie. Disaster before the pep talk. Hundreds of Russian troops unalived while waiting for a commander. Damn. Okay, I don't know why this is not on here, but here. I think if I look at the history, Board of Education. Okay, so we can talk about like what happened today with the Supreme Court. Ruling from the Supreme Court. My bad, y'all. I should have had this on the Department of Education. All right, then. So if everybody heard of that, I'm grateful we didn't have to go into bunkers. You got a bunker, Taylor? Because let me know. I'm hungry than a hoe. Oh, I got a little pizza. Y'all apologize. I'm grateful for having time tonight to roast any MAGA, black or off colored. All of y'all can get it. Off colored is wild. So grateful for my health and my new gym and this little. But hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Nothing but cake has banana pudding? Bundt cakes? Do they got like real fucking wafers in there? Happy Monday, Sharpie. How you doing, love? Oh my God. I'm going to Bundt Cake, nothing Bundt Cake tomorrow. And I know my birthday's not tomorrow, but I still had an email saying get this for your birthday. So I'm going there and get my birthday shit tomorrow. I'm going for free. What are you talking about, son? Yo, it's going down tonight. I feel it. Baby, baby. Yeah, yeah. Y'all, oh my God. Food should not make me this happy, y'all. So a divided Supreme Court has cleared the way for for the education department to fire almost 40% of its workforce 4 months after Donald Trump ordered his administration to begin closing down the department. The justices, by an apparent 6-3 vote announced Monday, lifted an injunction a federal judge in Boston granted in May against the firings. That judge found that the staff cuts were so drastic that they would prevent the department of carrying out duties mandated by Congress. He also said that the mass firings appeared to be part of Trump's plan to eliminate the education department entirely, despite a lack of congressional authorization to do so. I have a guess, my bad. Rusky? Ruskell
Mm-hmm.
or Rusky?
Yeah. Oh, Ruskell, either one.
Okay. What up, Russ? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored. I cannot complain. Do
I
you have
got
voters
banana
remorse?
pudding on the brain now.
You said what?
I got banana pudding on the brain
I
now.
know it sounds so good. That's one of my favorite desserts. That and strawberry shortcake.
Oh yeah, you talking my language there.
I couldn't see y'all. I'm sorry. My apologies. Are you having voters remorse?
No, not at all.
Not yet.
No, I don't expect it to happen either.
Oh, really? What are you most excited about that he's doing?
I like what he's doing about immigration. I mean, I know it's a tough pill to swallow, and it's difficult to watch sometimes. I mean, I love people, right? But
You
I
can't
think
love people.
I think it's the right thing.
Do you think there's a better way to do it?
I think there's a better way in regards to streamlining the system to come here legally. When you say better way to handle deportations, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
I mean, I suppose in a perfect world, you would walk up to somebody and you would ask them, "Are you a United States citizen?" Right? And if they pulled out their ID or
You can't
they
just
said,
walk up to random people and be like, "Are you an ID?" They don't have to just pull out their ID because you walked up to them and said,
"Well, yeah, I was being what's the word I'm looking for? I'm being smitten about it, right? I'm saying if an immigration officer approached me and said, "Hey, we've got information that says you're not legal," I'd say, I don't have any idea what you're talking about, but I am a legal citizen of the United States. Here's the proof that I am." Like I would probably be frustrated if I was approached, but I would just pull out my ID, prove it, and move on. So I don't know how you would make that easier.
"Okay, so what about the people who are American citizens and they pull out their ID and they still don't take it and they still lock them up?"
I would say, I mean, I'd have to be on the ground, but I did a little bit of research the other day. I'm on vacation out in the desert, but
Thank you,
I did.
James.
I love the desert.
Mhm.
But I did a little research the other day, and it said that roughly about 3,000 U.S. citizens have been detained, right? And so since Trump took office, about somewhere between 3,000 and 3,500 actual citizens have been detained. 80% of them refuse to show ID.
Okay.
Why would they do that?
What about the 20% that did?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to do a little bit more research. I would say that they probably either just didn't have their ID on them, and they were, they were suspected of being there illegally, maybe because they were with a group of people that were here illegally, and so they got detained temporarily until they could prove who they were. But I don't know how else you would make that easier.
You said 20% didn't because they're even one of the Congress members who went to Alligator Alcatraz. They
Mm.
were yelling at them that I am American citizens. People, we've already deported American citizens to other countries. We've are people who are here legally. So how do you
Yeah.
think that Obama was able to deport more people than Trump or Biden and not have to create an alligator Alcatraz or have to throw people down in the street, run up in these different areas to do so? How do you think Obama was better, obviously better at it, right? Do you think that maybe he should take a page out of Obama's book? Because what he's doing is unconstitutional. Like when he
I
gets
don't.
out of office, all of these people are probably going to have lawsuits out the ass.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's an
Thank you,
urban
Sister
myth.
Gigi.
To
What's
be
an urban
honest with
myth?
you, I think that's an urban myth. And what I mean by that
What's an
is,
urban myth?
it's just not true.
No,
I
what
mean,
part you have to clarify like what you're saying because we said a lot. Which part
so
is not true?
so people have been thrown on the ground that resisted arrest.
Do you want me to pull up
resisted-
videos?
I,
Because we know that that's happening.
I know that it's happening, and I
Okay.
know that it's always happened.
So I'm saying, how do you think that Obama was able to deport so many people who weren't supposed to be here,
I think
and
that the
without
liberals.
doing all of that, and
I think
Donald
he was
Trump
doing that.
is
I think
is
he was
not
doing
not
that.
deporting anybody.
I don't
He's just
think ICE.
detaining them. Do
I
you
don't think
realize
that
that?
ICE is doing anything different today than they did 15 years ago.
I didn't see all of this 15 years ago.
That's right. That's because people weren't pumping it out on the internet.
I'm pretty sure if there was these types of things going down unconstitutionally, we would hear about it and we
Do
would
you,
see
do
about
you,
it.
do you remember the Cheech and Chong movies?
No,
You don't remember those movies?
no.
Well, they were famous movies in the 80s, right? And you know what they're about, basically, right? Two Hispanic gentlemen, Tommy Chong and Cheech Marin, right? And they
Mhm.
paid. It was comedy, right? And they played a couple of pothead Hispanic guys, right? Who just kind of were just hanging out doing their thing. In that movie, and in many movies back in the day, when ICE would show up, wasn't called ICE back then, but when the
What year was
immigration,
this?
that was like 83,
Because
maybe.
ICE wasn't a thing until 2003, if I'm not mistaken.
They changed the name to ICE, but
What was it?
immigration officers have been around since I've been alive.
Okay, what they would just call immigration officers?
I don't remember what they called them, but just calling them ICE is just a new brand name. I mean,
Mhm.
immigration officers have been rounding up illegal immigrants my entire life.
So I don't. Before we get too deep in this, my question was, why do you think Obama was able to do all of this without, going against the Constitution and deport so many people effectively, opposed to Donald Trump, who is not even deporting anybody, really just detaining a bunch of people at Alligator Alcatraz?
Well, how long do you think they can be detained there?
I'm asking you, why can he do? Should he take a page out of Obama's book?
I
Because,
don't think Obama was doing anything different. That's what I'm telling you.
but you don't think he was. But do you have proof that he was doing something different?
No, I
Did he
don't.
weaponize the military on U.S. soil?
I, I think what we're getting into, and I get what you're saying, okay, and I understand, and I understand what you're saying, but we're getting into a situation where you're labeling things, and I don't agree with the labels.
What label?
And
What's the
so
label?
you're saying that Obama somehow or another smoothly deported people
I didn't
in
say
some
he smoothly
different way.
deported people. He gave people due process. He
What
did
what,
it
what is
within
due
the
process?
Constitution,
Tell
right?
me about the Constitution and due process.
Well,
Tell me
well,
what you think
well, due
about that.
process. First of all, you can figure out who they are. You can talk to these people. You can go to court, make sure they're undocumented immigrants, and the reason that they will be deported, right?
That's not due process in the United States.
What's due
I
process in the
think
United
there's
States? Tell me what's due process in the United States. I'm always
so
up
if
for
you
learning.
so if you look up what the differences between the rights between a full United States citizen and an illegal immigrant, you'll find out that almost all of the rights are the same, except for two. One is that I get to get an official court date. An illegal immigrant doesn't. All the right that he gets according to the federal law is a federal magistrate. That can be on the side of the road. That could be in a jail cell. That could be by television from a courtroom. And
Mhm.
he
So
also does not have
it First of all, yes, they do. Thank you. And second of all, even if what you're saying was true, is Donald Trump giving that to these people?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you?
What makes you think? What
Why is he
makes you
getting
think?
lawsuits if he's actually giving them due process?
Because how else would you fight something you don't like? You would claim that it's not being done right, but it's being done the exact same way it's always been done.
No, it's not. Obama didn't have these lawsuits because he wasn't doing anything.
Obama
I'm
didn't
going to be
have
quoting
these
Jamal. Due
lawsuits.
process has nothing to do with the forum. They do have due process.
So
Is it the fifth
your
or the
name's
Fourth
Jessica,
Amendment?
right?
Yeah.
So Jessica, what I'm telling you is that the reason Obama didn't have a bunch of lawsuits is because a Republican wasn't president. That's why. It's not that
You're
anything was
wrong.
happening different.
No,
There was
no.
nothing happening.
Okay, well,
different.
can you give me a somewhere I can find that Obama weaponized our U.S. military on U.S. soil?
Feel free to get on YouTube.
Fifth Amendment. Thank you.
Get it.
The fifth and the 14th. No. Because I've looked for all this stuff. So tell me exactly where you found it.
So you can get on YouTube and you can type in immigration arrest, and you could type in any year you want, and you will find video after video.
No. I'm asking you,
people
do you know about
running
a
and being
time?
chased.
This is very
Same stuff.
specific. This is very specific. A time when
YouTube is not a
Obama
forum, sir.
when Obama weaponized the U.S. military on U.S. soil.
I don't know what you mean by weaponize the
Yeah,
U.S.
when he sent out troops to California.
to guard a federal building. Yes, that's what he did.
So tell me a time when Obama did such.
I didn't say Obama ever used the National Guard.
No, you said that they did the same exact thing.
What we were talking about immigration. You're moving into a different subject matter now.
So you're telling me that they was out there to guard which national federal building?
So the National Guard went to Los Angeles to guard a federal building that had rioters around it that were threatening to storm the building.
Mm-hmm.
So he sent the National Guard out there. They took up posts around the building. If people came too close to the building, they made them move, and that's what they did. They weren't.
Well, why were they? They were detaining U.S. citizens who were in violation of the Posse Comitatus.
If you've been ordered to stay away from a federal building, a la J6, remember that?
Because they were all criminals. We can agree on that then.
Okay. So the point is that you can't.
So can we agree on that? Because you said because of J6, now they're guarding federal buildings, which means they were really domestic T people, right?
Anybody that went into the Capitol was a criminal. That's fact.
So why, if they were a criminal and they were trespassing on this federal building, federal buildings are so important that we have to send our National Guards to go guard them. Then why would Donald Trump? Yes, you do. Make one right now, James. Then why would Donald Trump pardon them then?
Because I think they were politicized. They broke the law, and most of them had misdemeanor charges, and some of them that had felony charges had already sat there for 2 or 3 years for a felony charge that doesn't coordinate or make sense for a 25-year sentence for throwing a paperweight.
So what about the people who stole all the government documents and shitted on the walls and on the desks? What do they deserve?
How many years in prison do you think that should carry?
Can I correct something real quick?
Yeah.
So when a person unalived, or let's say me and you did a robbery together, okay? And I go into the place, but I accidentally unalive a person. You can be charged with that crime.
That's
you
right.
can be charged with that crime, even if
Andrew.
you don't know I unalived the person. Or let's say the security guard unalived the person trying to stop me. We get charged with that crime. Somebody was unalived at the Capitol, which means all of them should have been charged with that crime. So them sitting in jail for 3 years.
Who was unalived?
Minimum.
Who was unalived at the Capitol?
The white lady that had the ice pick trying to break through the barricade. When they kept telling her to get down, you know the video was all over the place, right? She literally had an ice pick breaking the window, going through the window, and the guard kept telling her to stand down.
Cops were unalive too. Cops were beating with sticks with the American flag on it, but they're supposed to be the party of law and order.
Nobody
And if
was
he
unalive
if
that
he
day
pardons them, yes,
on
they
the
Yes.
police
were.
department. No, they weren't.
Yes,
No,
they
Yes, they
yes,
were.
they were.
No, they weren't.
You can look. Okay, you know what? I'm not debating facts. Yes, they
Who
were.
was
To the
unalive?
chat.
What cop was
Everybody
unalive
in here
on the
knows
grounds
it.
of the Capitol? What cop was unalive on the grounds
on
of the Capitol?
that day, Ashley Babbitt unalive, but a cop unalive a day
That's not a
later.
cop.
No,
A cop
no, cop.
unalive a day later to the results of what happened that day.
Okay.
Brian
So yes,
Sicknick.
all of them can be tied to that, and I do believe one cop did unalive that day. But in
No,
total,
No, he didn't.
about 10 people unalive and tied to that thing.
Brian Sicknick died from a stroke the next day, and
The
his
next day,
Right.
due to the stress of what happened that day.
What
If
did
I
his
come into
autopsy
your
say?
hey,
What did his
if
autopsy
I
say?
come into
Oh no,
your
no. This is what we're not debating facts. So we can move on to the next thing. We in the chat all know that not only was Babbitt unalived at the January 6th,
Yes, he
and
was.
we also know that cops were beating with sticks who even gave their testimony at the DNC with the American flag wrapped around it after he had served his country and came home to be a police officer. We also know that an officer, Brian Sicknick, died the next day due to a stroke and the stress of what happened the day before.
Well, how
We
did
know
you
that
decide that it was
excuse
because
me,
of
sir, I'm
stress?
talking. We
How
know
did you
that
decide
no,
that
no,
was
no, no,
because
no,
of
no, no, no.
stress?
Now, okay. So we also know that there were cops that also spine was crushed. We also know that a lot of people were injured. And we also know that Donald Trump pardoned them all. He said that they were very fine people. The
So
criminal
let me agree
pardoning,
with you.
I'm still talking. The criminal pardoning the criminal. Go figure. But then when people protest, you want to send the National Guard out there to protect the federal building, like our voices don't deserve to be heard. And like who's going to protect the American people? We pay our taxes for the police and the army to protect our country, not turn around and then harm us in any type of way, not detain us in any type of way. Right?
So how would you protect those federal buildings after J6? How would you protect them?
Who's
If we're
protecting the
concerned about
people?
people,
Why nobody attacked any federal
that's
buildings
because the
during
National
hold
Guard was
on.
there.
Nobody
Do
nobody
you
attacked
see?
any federal buildings during any of these protests.
Why is that?
So
Why
why
is
all
that?
of a sudden do we need people to come protect the federal building?
Because that's why they didn't attack the buildings, Jessica.
They never were. They weren't
Yeah, they
attacking the
were.
buildings before they came.
Yes, they were. Yes,
No,
they
they
were.
okay, which
They were
one?
they
throwing
wasn't.
Molotov
You're wrong. But
cocktails
hold
at the
on.
building.
Hey,
They were
you're
hitting
I
wrong.
got
cops with
Hey,
rocks.
dude, you're wrong. But hold on, because you were
All
speaking
the
about
same
due
stuff y'all
process.
said about J6.
Hey, shut up for a second. You were talking about due process. That was the original reason I came up here. So, undocumented immigrants are granted due process. In our
Yes.
own constitution, it says all people, not American citizens, not people with social security numbers, not people with birth certificates, all person. There
Okay.
has been over 15 rulings that showed that undocumented immigrants are afforded due process. That means they get to.
I
have
never
a
said they
hearing.
weren't.
Yeah, you did.
I
That
never
means
said
they
they
get to
weren't.
have a. Yeah, you did. That means they get to have a hearing.
No.
Yes,
they get to have
they
a
get
hearing.
to have an investigation to see if the information that they are given is actually credible.
Where does that have
falls
to take
under
place?
due process.
Where does that hearing have to take place? You're
Here
confused.
in America.
That's right, in America. That doesn't mean that you have to give them a court date, sir.
You
Due
have to
process
give
can
them
be
a
handled by an
hearing.
immigration
A
magistrate.
hearing. That's a hearing, sir.
That is a
There's
hearing,
a
sir.
hearing.
That is a hearing.
Yes, and
That's
that
where
is
you,
due
that's
process.
where you got it twisted. That's where you got it
That's
twisted.
due process.
I got you.
A hearing is due
That
process.
is due process.
An
You're
investigation
correct.
is due process.
That's
You
correct.
said they're not afforded due process.
They're not
Which
afforded
you're
due
wrong.
process
Yes,
in the
they
way
are.
I
you
just
think.
sent you an invite. What did it say?
Oh my gosh.
Dean.
If they go to a hearing in America, that is due process.
That is
If
due
you
process. You're
yes.
correct.
So they afforded due process here in America.
Okay, you've said that about 15 times. Now
And
let me
you keep
explain
saying no, they're not.
because let me explain to you what I mean by that.
Everybody in the chat, give the Dean a follow right now, y'all.
They're
I
absolutely
don't have enough
afforded
followers.
due
No,
process.
that's why I say everybody give Dean of Libraries a follow right now.
They're
Everybody.
absolutely afforded and are supposed to be and have to be and must be afforded due process. That's not what we're arguing about, Nagu. What we're arguing about is you guys seem to
where the
think.
fuck you get Nagu for?
Let me just say what I'm saying, dude.
No. If you're gonna say my name, say it with fucking respect.
I
My
can't
mother
see
named
your
me
whole
this
name.
name.
I'm
It's
on a
Naquan.
phone.
It's Naquan.
Okay,
Naquan.
Naquan, I can't see that on the screen. It wasn't disrespect. I'm reading what I can see.
Okay, so just ask. It's Naquan. My mother gave me this name. Put respect on it.
Dude, I already explained why I said it the way I said it. You're
Okay.
just
Okay, just tell us what you was about to say.
for the heck of it.
Okay, let's tell us what you're about to say.
Due process does not mean that you have to be taken to a cell, given an attorney for free, which they also don't have that right. They have the right to an attorney. They do not have a right to a tax appointed attorney. Look
Yeah,
that
they
up.
are.
No, they're
Yeah, they
not.
are.
Look it up.
Yeah, they
Look
are.
it up. I'll
Yeah,
bet you
if they
$1,000 right
If they
now.
cannot afford an attorney, they are afforded.
No, they are
attorney
not.
on
No, they are not,
taxpayers'
sir.
dime.
No, they are not. Under federal law, an illegal immigrant is
Undocumented.
an undocumented illegal is absolutely afforded the right to an attorney, but the taxpayer does not have to pay for it.
And what law is that?
Fact.
What law is
That
that?
is a fact. Look it
What
up.
law is it? What law
She's
is
looking
it?
it up right now.
No. Tell me the law. Tell me the law. Tell me the law.
It was on the same page you were on.
No, it's not on this page.
It's on the same. It's on the same website.
No, it's not on this page. Tell
Look
me
it
the
up,
law.
sir.
You
Look it
quoted
up.
it like you knew the law.
She's looking it up.
What is the law?
Over talking me is not a debate, and that's not respect.
Hold on, we're not debating now.
I educate. I don't debate.
You're not educating. You're just talking
educate.
anytime you want to talk, and that's
don't
not
debate.
Respect either. So
And
if you want me to respect, you show
Hey,
respect.
Shan.
And then you also made the fourth claim that
That's not a false claim, sir.
Hold on.
It's the law.
You just told me not to overtalk you, right? So and listen, you made the fourth claim that they were throwing Molotov cocktails at the federal building, which is wrong because there's actually video evidence out there showing that it was ICE that was attacking them while they were sitting there across the street. It's video evidence out there. You know, people went live that day,
on
right?
YouTube, right?
You do know people went live that day, right? No. It's literally here on TikTok. People went live that day. They were standing across the street at the gas station in front of Home Depot.
So they went live after they threw a bunch of rocks and then they turned their phones on?
When ICE started spewing gas masks at them. See, I talk facts, not feelings.
Oh my goodness, man, dude, you're not.
Did everybody follow Dean in this thing? Dean, say something real quick.
Okay, I got you right now, Buttercup.
That's live and my TikTok froze. Saj, you here? Saj, did the live end?
No, it's still going.
No, not that one. This one, a different one. Hey, Saji, how you doing? Dang, it won't let me. Okay, I forgot. How many followers do you need to go on a live?
For everybody, it's different. Some people, it's 1 or 2 followers. Some people, it's 500. Some people, it's 1,000. TikTok is crazy because I was able to join with just like 15 people.
That's why I say everybody follow. To participate in a multi-guest live, both the host and any guest needs to have at least 1,000. But this guy ain't got no 1,000. Do you?
Who, me?
Yeah. How many?
TikTok is crazy.
1,500.
Somebody else came up the other day because the people be requesting with like 4-7 followers. Me?
Some people up here with 1 follower.
Me up. Tania, how you doing? I'm like, Tanya.
So
how you doing, love? Thank you.
Naquan, are you going to look up if they're afforded a taxpayer paid?
Okay, I looked it up. I looked it up.
The proof from California for you.
So, And I'm assuming that's why we have ACLU, and that's probably why Donald Trump wants to deem ACLU a T group. So yes, if an undocumented immigrant is charged with a crime like theft, assault, etc., they are entitled to a public defender if they cannot afford an attorney. This is
That's right.
guaranteed under the Sixth Amendment.
That's correct.
Right. And immigration. What the fuck?
That's right. When
No,
it
no, no,
comes
no,
to
no.
immigration,
My screen went blank. It's
if they are charged with a crime, they have a right to an appointed attorney. If they are being stopped for being here illegally, they do not get the right of a taxpayer appointed attorney. They have the right to get an attorney, but they do not have the right to have one afforded to them or paid for. They do not have that right
if an
unless
undocumented
they're
immigrant is
charged.
charged with a crime, they are entitled to a public defender if they can't afford an attorney.
That's if they've been charged with a crime.
It being charged with a crime would be illegal entry. It's
No,
a
sir.
misdemeanor, but it's
You're
still
just
a
making it
crime.
up now.
Hold on. In
She's
immigration
saying it.
court, deportation, removal, and proceedings. No, the government does not provide free attorneys
Bam.
to. Hold on.
Bam.
Hold on. I think everything is important, right? Free attorneys to undocumented immigrants in immigration court, even if they can't afford one. Immigration court is considered
That's right.
civil, not criminal. So the Sixth Amendment right to counsel does not apply. Immigrants can hire their own attorney, but if they can't afford one, they must represent themselves. This is called pro se. However, some nonprofits like was it ACLU, legal
That's
aid
right.
groups, and pro bono attorneys volunteer to represent immigrants for free, especially in cases involving asylum seekers, children, or people with disabilities. Right? The government must inform immigrants of their right to get a lawyer, but it's up to the immigrant to find and pay one unless they can find free legal help. So
Well,
yes,
Naquan,
yes, the undocumented immigrants are guaranteed due process under the U.S.
yes, they
Constitution,
are.
even if they are not citizens.
That's right. So that was my first point. They're not unless they've been charged with another crime, they do not get a court-appointed attorney. That was my first point, and I was correct, and Naquan was incorrect. So my second point was this: due process. It's not that we disagree that due process is due, because it is covered by the Constitution. The problem is that right now Joe Public thinks that what that means is that they're going to get an official court date.
Who is Joe
and they're
Public?
Okay, just roll with me. Can I ask that? Can you just roll with me?
I mean, I want to understand what you're saying. Who is Joe Public?
I mean, ordinary people out here. Okay, people
Okay.
on TikTok like us debating about this. It's just a saying that means the general public. Okay, the general public
Thank you,
right now
Toy.
is confused into thinking that due process means that they have to be taken down to a station, they have to be arraigned, and that they have to get an official court date. That is not due process when it comes to immigration. An immigration magistrate can show up literally on site or literally standing at the side of an ice truck. They can line up 30 undocumented immigrants, right? And they can ask for identification. They can ask a series of questions and give that person an opportunity to prove that they're a citizen. If it is obvious that they're not a citizen, the magistrate can rule on the spot, and that is due process
No, it's
according to the
not.
federal law.
It said in practice, due process is when undocumented immigrants usually receive a notice to appear with a form. Oh, why does my shit keep restarting?
They don't have to provide that notice. I'm telling you, they don't have to. They may do it in certain cases. If they don't have definitive proof that the person is here illegally, then they may afford that what you just described. But what I'm telling you is I live in Texas. I've been on the border. A magistrate can drive up in an Oldsmobile, called in by ICE, get out on the side of the road and make a ruling right there. And that is due process. He is a legal officer of the
So
court.
how is he going to just if he don't have his papers and stuff on him and you just say he's undocumented?
No, of course not.
So if he don't have his papers and they're at the house, you just can't just roll up and still be like, yeah, here go due process.
No, I think a good magistrate would say, okay, you know,
That's
hey,
what happens, but I don't know if
maybe
is that legal?
maybe you left your wallet at home, right? Maybe you don't have your ID on you. Maybe, you know, but, you know, so there might be a series of other questions like, where do you live? Where do you reside? What's your address? What's your full name? What's your social security number? And if a person can't answer those questions or they refuse to, then they might make an arrest and they might actually give them a
But
form.
then you're breaching their rights.
But they don't have to.
Yeah, but you can't, if they don't show you anything, you just can't be like, oh, okay, well, you're an undocumented immigrant. I'm going to deport you and it's due right now. It doesn't even work like that.
Well, of course, that's why I'm saying the magistrate would ask a series of questions. Do you know your address?
Hold on
Where
real
do you
quick.
live?
Hold on real quick.
Who do you live with?
Just Manny is more versed in this. He's in the queue.
Okay, let me see.
Jess, I just wanted to clarify that that's what happens, meaning that's the issue, right? Because someone might not have their social security card on them, or even maybe their green card on them, their birth certificate on them. That's what we find, that it's basically guilty until proven innocent, and they will detain them and not afford them a right to a lawyer. Because, Roscoe, I feel like even though you were correct, it was also disingenuous, because American citizens, born American citizens, also don't get, free counsel for civil suits, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's correct. You have to hire your own attorney. But what I'm telling you is that the way ICE is operating today is no different than immigration officials and officers were acting and doing their jobs 10 years ago. No, it's not.
Oh, you talking about when Donald Trump was in office the last time?
I grew up in Texas. I've been watching it my whole life.
Look at that. Me too. I can look out my window and see the border.
Have you not watched this take place your whole life? I have.
Oh, hold on. He does not know. Okay, well, let me okay, no, they can't. Constitutional protections apply to all persons, not just citizens. The Fourth Amendment protects everyone in the U.S., including undocumented immigrants, from unreasonable searches and seizures.
That's
ICE
correct.
cannot stop you without reasonable suspicion
That's
that
correct.
you are violating immigration laws.
That's correct.
It would be an unreasonable search or seizure. So no, they cannot. And what are they using to say this is reasonable suspicion?
So if you get a call,
no, I'm saying like what?
I'm going to give you an example. I mean, there's a million examples. I can only give you one, right? It's not a one size fits all. But ICE and immigration officials get phone calls all the time from neighbors that live down the street.
And they say what?
From another company that say, hey, these guys are getting paid under the table. They're not legal. I've been watching it for 2 years going on down the road. And so
hold on, you watch them get money. Like how are they in their business? They don't know how somebody's getting paid. They don't know how they're getting paid for years. Like that's what I'm saying. Y'all think y'all in people's business and y'all are not. And then if I was an undocumented immigrant, would I tell any of my neighbors that I'm an undocumented immigrant getting paid under the table? And two, I am a U.S. citizen. I have gotten paid. My first job was at the mall and I was getting paid under the table. That does not make me an undocumented immigrant.
No,
that is on more so on the company for doing so. Like, it's funny that y'all are mad at the people who are just trying to keep their head above water, get some food and buy some eggs. But y'all not mad at the companies who are hiring the people for less work.
very mad at those companies. I'm very mad at those companies.
So my thing is, you don't know if undocumented immigrants are getting paid under the table and watching it for years, because they're not going to release that information to your neighbors. Your neighbors don't know what's going on. They're making assumptions. But I'm asking you, when ICE comes down and just pulls up on somebody in the street at a Walmart, how do they know that they are undocumented? What do they use? What type
they
of?
They don't know.
So why then they shouldn't be stopping anybody if they don't know?
If they have a reasonable suspicion,
what's the suspicion though?
It could be any number of things.
Like what? What do you think they're using?
I tried to give you an example and you shot it down in the dirt
because it don't make sense. I'm telling you. Okay, tell me this:
how would I suspect two people?
If you were doing something illegal, would you tell your neighbors?
How would I know two people are high in a car? By looking through the window.
I'm asking you, if you were doing something illegal, would you tell your neighbors?
Of course I wouldn't.
So if they're undocumented, get paid under the table, you think they're going to tell your neighbors?
Are you just looking for the perfect scenario that
It doesn't
describes
make
a reason?
sense. I'm
That
looking
was
for the
your
truth.
scenario.
I'm
That
looking for
was
the
your
truth.
scenario.
It's
They're
one of
using
many
you're
scenarios.
using the people's skin color. What are the languages that they know? You know what? But
skin
hold on,
color
really
would
quick.
only
I got
be
you,
one
Russell.
factor.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring Declan has been waiting patiently, and I really want to hear from Manuel.
Ruskell, how you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What is your gripe with undocumented immigrants, sir?
My gripe is that I want them here. I want them to make a better life, and I want them to do it the right way.
Right. So you want them to do it the right way. So what is the right way? Because when I hear the right way, they're still getting picked off.
How are they getting picked off doing it the right way?
Well, let's start with the children, right? You have 3-year-olds getting picked up by ICE.
Okay. Is that new?
Well, it shouldn't happen.
Is it new?
What do you mean, is it new?
Why were you guys not complaining about that when Biden and Obama were doing the same thing? Why is it a problem today?
No. Because the thing is this.
No. Why was it not a problem then?
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
The reason why we didn't complain is because at least they went to court for that.
No, they
Number
didn't.
two.
No,
Hold
they
on.
didn't.
Number two.
Yes,
ICE
they
is
did.
only.
No, they
ICE.
didn't.
What?
No, they didn't go to court.
How do you
A
know
lot
that?
of them were handled by a magistrate too. It's been
No.
the
You see,
exact
that's
same way
No,
for
stop,
my
stop,
entire
stop,
life,
stop.
sir.
Stop. Hey, sir. Let me tell you something. ICE is picking up everybody that's black and brown, whoever.
No,
they
they're
are.
not. No, they're not.
How do you know that, sir?
How do you know they are?
Yes, because I
the
see.
video
We're watching
told you?
it.
We're
I
literally-
haven't seen them
video
detain
told
not
you?
one.
I
Why
have
he
not
say-
seen them detain one.
Because a
person.
guy on the side of the road pulled out his phone and said, "Look what they're doing to these people," and you just take their word for it, huh?
We're watching it.
Literally watching it, like, bro. That's like you saying, "Hey,
what are
the
you
sky's
watching
blue."
it on?
How do you know the
What are
sky's
you
blue?
watching
You know
it
the
on?
sky's blue.
What are you watching it on?
What are you talking about? I'm
video
watching it
are
in
you
person.
watching? You're watching liberals shoot videos of illegal immigrants
No.
get picked up,
Wait.
and then they're saying whatever they want to say about it.
Sir, you're
They're talking
gaslighting
about
me.
people's rights being violated, and you
Sir, you're
guys believe
gaslighting me.
everything you hear.
Sir, you're gaslighting me. I don't like that.
No.
I'm telling you what. I'm telling you my opinion.
So
Okay. Okay. It's his opinion. It's not fact.
Hey, sis. I found the video for this moron. That he was talking about the protest. Here you go, Buttercup. Like I said, I don't speak just to speak. So this is the beginning of the protest.
Okay.
Let me get it and speed it up just a little bit for you. You see ICE over there, right? You see protesters on this side of the street doing absolutely nothing. Watch who engage.
Man, they're kind of ready to fight.
Yeah.
I have a question, Naquan, after we're done.
Watch who
bring
doing the
Manuel now.
engagement. All they did was block streets with shopping carts. If
And
that.
they were told them, and
at
they were
this
told
part.
to move. And they were told to move,
No,
sir.
no.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
No,
Oh, was you there?
no, he wasn't there. He going off a hearsay.
Oh,
Roscoe
going
seems
off of hearsay.
to assume a lot of things.
Like
You know, if
like this
Roscoe
one
was
video
my
is the- is the
Roscoe
tell
was my
all be
neighbor,
all.
can you stop? If Roscoe was my neighbor and I was the type of neighbor that he is, I would be calling the cops saying that I believe he has children in his basement just because I believe that he does, right? With absolutely no proof. You have no way to prove how those people, your neighbors, are getting paid. In the same way that they would not be able to say how you get paid bi-weekly, monthly, weekly, daily. You have no idea. You just assume, and you're a racist now. If you were here advocating for legal process, right?
God damn, I forgot
Right?
how long this video
You would
was.
have an issue. You would have an issue with Trump ending TPS
But
status.
if you pay attention to the floor, those are all gas cans.
Okay.
All gas cans.
But my question,
But I'm gonna speed it up to show you where the dude come and sit on the floor with his hands up and they still gas him.
Okay, you
Or
put
gas
Because he
him
was
for
told
no
Why
the
he pull
reason.
that?
leave.
Hold on, why he put an ask your question, Declan, and then I want to bring in.
Look.
Mary.
That's because he was told to leave, sir, and standing in the
No,
middle of the street.
that don't give you the right to
Yeah, it
gas
does.
somebody.
Yes, it
We
does.
have the right. No,
He's
we have the right
blocking
to
a federal
protest.
building. He's blocking
We
a
have the
federal
right.
building.
No,
How
he's
is
not
he blocking
blocking
the
the
federal
bridge.
building? Are you watching? He's in the middle of the
He's standing
street.
in the middle
Are
of the
you not
street.
seeing that?
He's
He's
standing
on
in
the
the middle of the
10
street.
feet away.
He's standing
He's
in the
more
middle of
than
the
10
street.
feet
sir.
Okay. We're not going to debate facts. We're all watching the facts, so we're not even going to argue
Standing in the
about.
middle of the street.
Okay, Declan, go
More
ahead.
than 10 feet away.
so Ruskell, back to what I was saying. What is the right way to come in here?
I'm sorry.
What is the right way to enter this country?
You go to a legal port of entry. You request asylum. You request a visa. You request a green card. You go through the process and you come in.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. Hey, why did Trump revoke 500,000 Haitian visas?
Because some of them have broken the law since they've been here. Some
No,
of them have
no, how
not.
do- but how do you know
I'm
that-
answering your question.
No,
Some
no,
of
no.
them
I'm
have not.
trying to
Have
save
some
you.
of them. I'm answering your question.
Hold on.
I'm trying to save
Go
you
ahead.
from-
Hold on. Let him finish. Some of
No,
them
you
what?
can't save me from my own answer.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Say it.
So some of them have broken the law since they've been here. Some of them have not checked in with the department. A lot of them are not upholding the agreements that they made when they got the visas.
500,000 people weren't upholding the agreement.
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you hear yourself when you speak?
Yeah, I do.
Ruskell.
And you know why they weren't? Because your president didn't want to make them.
Okay, hold on. So you were
Hold on,
against
no. Hold on. So he can get. I want to bring Man in because you said he was more informed on it.
Yes, because outside of Sajida, I'm the second generation immigrant. And when you saying these things, it's kind of alarming to me. But it's funny because 500,000 people have permanent visas and they got revoked. So how can you say that 500,000 people have criminalities when even going back to the undocumented immigrants, 71% of undocumented immigrants that even cross this country are not even criminals, and the 29% are criminals that you put here.
Okay.
You are the reason why they
what your point is. How many
He done
people
Jim Jones, all them people. Okay.
Bro,
how many people in this country have visas right now? Do you know?
Do you know the answer? I don't know. Tell me.
I'm asking you.
No, but I can look it up. That's the good thing about it.
I don't know the answer to that question.
That people could cross the border and ask for a green card.
Manuel, welcome to the chat. How are you? Thank you for your patience. Thank y'all for the follow.
No problem. Thank you for having me up.
Of
Love
course.
it. Love your platform.
Thank you.
I'm surprised I haven't been up more on. I'm surprised I never requested up before.
Manny, stop trying to butter up my sister and get to the top. You're not coming back on this platform again.
Oh my God.
You're always welcome back. I love Unicorn.
So I was listening and there's a few things. First off, you don't request visas at a port of entry. Secondly, 8 USC 1158 designates for asylum seekers. So you do not have to cross a port of entry in order to claim asylum. Magistrates do not show up at any immigration raid operation at all.
Yes,
magistrates are
Yes, they
judges.
can.
They do
You're
not
wrong.
show
Hold
up.
on.
Yes, they
Really
can.
quick. Ruskell, Manuel's been very
My bad.
patient and he hasn't interrupted any of the things that you said, even if he felt they were wrong. I think just by respect, we should be able to allow him to finish what he said. Okay. And I promise I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond. Go ahead.
Okay. So magistrates do not show up at any immigration raid or roadsides or roving patrols at all. So the things that magistrates can do is administer judicial warrants for those raids and for detention or deportation orders. The only time that an undocumented immigrant can be deported without any type of court hearing or court appearance is through expedited removal, as it satisfies the needs of the law for due process, right? But I do want to continue down the line of questioning around the right way, or quote unquote the correct way. We're not talking about visas, although this administration is definitely targeting anybody with a green card, visa, TPS status, twilight statuses. What this administration has went after first off was the asylum seekers, those people who were showing up to court, who were showing up to their ICE hearings and being swept up. Then they started, exactly. And now they're targeting people with twilight statuses, removing them, TPS, amnesty, as well as removing any type of humanitarian parole program to make them undocumented, and then asking them to somehow leave the country or get deported. Tell me how that is the correct way.
Hey, Manny, can I ask you a question, Manny?
Go for it.
I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. 90% of asylum seekers and people that's actually going to their asylum meetings, isn't it about 90% of them that actually go and only a 15% of them are granted?
Yeah, so 90% of asylum seekers with a representative show up to their court hearings, all of them, all like 6 and 8 of them. 85% without a representative.
So how many of them are in the country right now, Manuel?
What are you talking
So
about?
the most people with the most visas
How many
are
people-
from China, India, South Korea, Saudi Arabia.
How many people are here on a visa right now?
How many people are here on a visa?
It's approximately 5 to 6 million people. Have given.
What did you say the
timelines.
percentage was that don't do it right? That don't show up?
But 1 second.
No one said anything about visas not showing up. Secondly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cymone. You were talking. I don't want to go off on.
I thought he asked me a question.
Hold on 1 second. This includes it says F1J1, which is international students and exchange programs. So China, India, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, and Germany, the UK, Brazil are the most common. So if they're holding the most visas, why aren't they, why isn't he tracking their status instead of coming out to American citizens and people who are doing it right? Why is he going to showing up at court dates to the people who are showing up like they're supposed to?
Yeah, my answer would answer Manuel's question as well. He said that 80 to 85% of people that have visas right now, they report in.
I didn't say that.
No,
Okay,
what
did you say?
I said
okay.
71% of the undocumented immigrants are not criminals. But you are going after the people who are not even criminals, but you're saying you're going after the criminals.
Okay,
Which one?
Well, you said something about current visa holders.
No, I said that I answered Naquan's question specifically around asylum seekers. Asylum is not visa. I think that's first. Let's clear the air. Asylum is not visa. Asylum seekers. He was asking me about the percentage of asylum seekers that show up to their court date. 85% who are not represented show up to their court date. 90% show up to their court date with representation.
Okay. Now, how many visa holders are there in the United States?
Why do you keep jumping to visas?
Because the original question was about visa holders that were getting their visa status taken away.
We were talking about TPS status, temporary protective status,
which is not visa either. First off, and then visa is something that you can get either in the United States or outside the United States. Largely, the majority of people get their visas outside the United States. They pay a fee. They wait for their court date and they get their visa, and then they come to you. They come through, literally get flown over. They don't even cross the Southwest border to get a visa. You can't do that. So to bring up visa as a factor for immigration enforcement at all is a red herring unless they have gotten their visa on false pretenses, which would be checked by TSA.
Okay, we were talking about visas. Jessica brought up visas. She
I
asked
didn't
me a
bring
very
up visas. You
You
asked
did.
how many people were in there. I said I could. Y'all were talking. I said I can look
No,
it up.
early. It's been 15 minutes because I've been listening to
No. That was me that was going to bring up visas because I said you have an issue with people breaking visa rules. When we have a person that's actually actively in America that broke visa rules twice, Melania Trump, she came here on a visitor visa. She had to go back and renew it every 3 months, but she was working the whole time she was here. Then she applied for an Einstein visa. In order to get an Einstein visa, you have to be a specialist in the fields that are listed under there, and she's not.
Oh my God!
They've been prepared,
So you
James.
need to revoke her visa and send
I
her
don't
back.
give
to
a crap
Trump.
about Melania Trump.
Oh no, you don't care about Melania Trump. Why not?
Because it's not.
It's okay
not
if it's
significant.
okay if she doesn't do it the right way, though. Right?
It's not. It's just a detraction from the debate that we're having. You guys,
We're not having a debate.
Trump.
This is not a debate. This is probably just an informal conversation where we're giving you information that you didn't know about.
Okay. I think I've given some information that people didn't know about too. And so I listened to you for a long time.
So that's why we're having a conversation. That's what's important. It's important for us to educate each other. Some people are different experts in different areas, which is important to have them come on and talk about their expertise. Because again, everybody knows that I'm not afraid to say I don't know. I was wrong or I'm sorry. But some of the things that I'm gonna look up everything, which I always encourage anybody to do. Any more information that we give you, I pray I want you to take it out and find it for yourself as well. And if you need to know a start, I can always give it to you. Thank you guys so much. I can't read that font. I think it's Jen. And thank you, Papa. Really quick, Dan, welcome to the chat. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I think.
Okay, hold on, really quick. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Nicole. I'm doing my announcement, and then Dan. I want to hear you.
We have 311 people in here. I need y'all to get y'all fingers out of whatever dark places y'all got them in. I don't care if you wipe them off or you do it. It's not my device. But we need to get these likes moving. I need to see at least 60K in the next 20 minutes. Also, shares is at 42. I need everybody in here. Do not spam share it. Hit the share button and share it with at least one person 3 times. Do not spam share it. It will flag the live as forced engagement. So I repeat, share it with 3 people, take a break. But whatever dark places you got them in, get them out. Guys, act like it's that X button on your PlayStation controller. Thank you, Hector, for that line. Ladies, act like it's the bean. Act like it's the bean and get the working.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm hollering.
Let's do
that way. What was I about to say? Oh, and always too. Let me set a new gift goal. And always the best way to support the live is I'm Jessica Cymone. Links in the bio. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, you send a message. I will definitely read it out. If you have a question to somebody, I will read it out and ask the panel. Dan, again, I'm so sorry. Welcome in.
No, it's perfectly fine. I was actually I need to recover for a second. My sides hurt. I was
Laughing.
I almost fell off my couch there for a second.
Oh.
That was good. That was excellent promo. That was as well. I don't know if I can really offer any insight or expertise on the immigration, legal, visa, asylum status thing for that I think Manuel has articulated so eloquently, and so I know you brought up the stats on it as well. I mean, just to keep it 100% real, it really doesn't matter what their immigration status is. No human being should be treated like this and be thrown into these detention cells. Like, I mean, like they call them detention facilities, but they're sea camps. I mean, that's literally what they are. There's no set timeline for people to be in there. They don't have any rights. There is no standard of quality that they're meant to keep up with. And this is in the bill itself, that the standard of quality for these camps, which I know James was in the live, I was explaining this as well. And so, like, regardless of what their status is, no human being should be treated this way. I don't think that's a radical thing to say. Like, even if you think they're the worst possible criminal imaginable, they're still human beings. And human beings do have rights, or if you don't think they have rights, they should have rights, and those rights should be protected. Because if someone's rights are being violated, then those rights are negotiable. And if those rights are negotiable, then they're negotiable for you as well. Because once these boundaries are crossed, they're no longer boundaries. And we've seen that already with this administration. We've already seen that where there is no boundary they won't cross. Like, they were dismantling the Department of Education. We're already seeing the dismantling of the rural medical system, the dismantling of women's healthcare providers. We're seeing the dismantling of SNAP eligibility, Medicare, Medicaid. And so, it's whatever nuance we can talk about immigration law. The point is ultimately humanitarian. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, which is why I wanted to ask the question, Russ, is do you agree with alligator Alcatraz?
I'm sorry, hang on.
First thing he said that made sense.
Well, Saji, did you want to go while we wait on such almost
sorry about that.
Okay, go ahead.
So I want to first say, to answer that question, that I agree with Dan. Every human being on this planet is a human being. And I know that there's people on this panel and in this chat that because I agree with what we're doing, that somehow automatically means I don't care about people. And that's not true. And that's the myth that's running through the country today, that all the Republicans that voted for Donald Trump hate other people. That's just not true. I care very much about people. I want this to stay the great melting pot of the world like it's always been since our inception. And I want us to continually get better in regards to people's rights. I want to get better in treating people with dignity, all of that kind of stuff. Okay.
Ray, I'm sorry. A melting pot is not a good thing, right? I'm gonna need y'all to understand terms when y'all use them. Melting pot is not a good thing. It's not. It was originally a bad term.
I appreciate it. I'm going to drop down. I don't have time for that nonsense. If he wants to argue about semantics, we can argue about semantics.
It's not semantic. You said
it is semantics. We've been calling it the melting pot my entire life, dude. Move on. Move on to something else.
I want to move on to something else. You said that we need to get back to treating people with dignity, right? And the team is not going to be is only as good as its best player or its leader. And if our quote unquote leader is the one who is not treating people with dignity and respect, then and you're not holding him accountable for that, then how are we supposed to get back to that?
Well, I think that's something that we're all going to have to come together on. But the only way I can answer that question is that this became an issue 6 months ago. It wasn't an issue 2 years ago. It wasn't an issue for 8 years when Obama was the president and deportations were carried out.
I want to say something if I can.
So this is clearly political. It's clearly political.
Well, I will say this. It is. Hold on, Roscoe.
No, I wasn't through.
Okay, and then Saji has
Manuel talked for a long time. So if we really cared about this in regards to people, why weren't we complaining about the detention facilities under Biden? Why weren't we complaining about them under Obama? Why is it now suddenly an issue?
Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you've been doing your thing, right? Was there an alligator Alcatraz under Biden?
Nope. Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, there was not. You're lying. You're lying. You are lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Yes, you are. It took 8 days to build that. You are lying. Stop lying, bro.
It doesn't matter.
They talked about how fast they threw it up. There was no alligator Alcatraz. And the fact that you're okay with people talking about the alligators are about to have 65 million
Y'all are
more
being
meals.
disingenuous now. Y'all are being disingenuous. I know that facility didn't exist. That's not what I mean, and y'all know that's not what I mean.
Can I tell you why? I'm sorry.
Russ,
Russ,
I can't hear. Go ahead.
Like it, facilities just
Russ,
like it.
Can I tell you why nobody? Can I tell you why nobody was
my entire life?
Okay. All right, Russ. So the issue that I take with the detention center claim is that for the last 4 years, we have been told that catch and release was the literal crux of Biden's administration. Catch and release is ICE's alternative to detention. Alternative to detention is the ankle monitoring program that started underneath Bush's administration. So this is just a roundabout way for me to tell you that the reason why Trump and DeSantis built Alligator Alcatraz, and the reason why in the big beautiful bill there is billions of dollars going towards detention centers, is because they want to, quote, end the alternative to detention in catch and release. This wasn't an issue. No one was talking about detention centers because detention centers were only being used to house people prior to being deported or repatriated back, not being held indefinitely.
They're not being held indefinitely at the institution you're talking about. Already looked it up.
Roscoe, so I want to say
they can be held there.
I want to say something to you as an immigrant, as someone that's not just, and I'm not seeing anybody on this panel except for you is reading it, right? But somebody that got to experience it. People like you really irritate me because you claim here telling us that you need to, enforce the law and it needs to be about law and order when none of you even know what the hell the law says. You don't know the different statuses that are available for immigrants. You don't know how any of them work. And that's why you think that we have no reason to be outraged now. That's why you think that none of us have spoken about this before. I'll tell you something. It is 1,000% political, right? Because it is this administration that has made a mockery, right, of these detentions and deportations. Nobody during Obama was walking around worried about having a green card or being a permanent resident. This president sat in front of a reporter and said, yes, this man was part of M13. And when the reporter said, you do know that that's a font that is placed over his hand, he said, can't you just say that he was? This is an administration, right, that is willing to lie to its people, to garnish votes and say that they're going to release the list, right? And then show dozens of photos where Trump is next to the island boy and claim nothing happened. But then at the same time, they're willing to implicate Aurelio Garcia and say that because he was found in a Home Depot near people they believed were part of M13, that all of a sudden he was part of that. In other administrations, we didn't have a facility that had a sign in front of it called Alligator Alcatraz, where people that look like you would stand in front of and take pictures and think that this was some kind of resort. We didn't have ICE agents running after a man and him falling off a 30-foot building. We didn't have women being shackled and giving birth to their stillborn baby because an officer threw them on the floor. We didn't have ICE agents going into elementary schools or rounding people outside of Home Depot. No. It wasn't.
So it wasn't about her experience.
I'm just telling her that all of that has occurred before Donald Trump was the president.
No, I'm telling you, I came into this country as a student. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. I've been more than nice to you. Thanks for that mute because I was about to go off.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways,
I'm trying not to mute you, but what I'm gonna do is let her finish because I'm trying not to mute you. Normally I just mute.
It's all right.
Let her finish. Have your turn.
Yes.
Tom,
shut up. I was born and raised in Mexico. I went through the visa application in Mexico. I came to this country on a plane. I got to be here on a student visa, on a green card, and then become naturalized, right? All of this shit that you're saying isn't true. Because while there might have been detention centers before, while things might have not been perfect before. Nobody was walking around with a student visa or a green card or asylum status being worried about somebody claiming that they lied on their application and all of a sudden being deported to El Salvador. That was not happening, sir. You didn't have another administration bounty hunters getting paid $1,500 to hunt people down. You don't understand because you're a white man and you don't understand anything outside of your own flipping so-called racism against you.
Can I respond to that, Jessica?
Yeah.
So yes, it has been happening the whole time. And the reason it's an issue now is because it's on every Facebook video and YouTube video you can find. But if you think children weren't being separated and you think people weren't inside of cages during your two Democratic presidents' tenure, then you are kidding yourself. It's an issue. You said the right word. You said it was political. And here's what
yes, because yes, it is political because this administration,
it's my turn.
This administration is partnering with
I want
the
to make
IRS.
a quick mod announcement too. Give me a follow if you guys have not done so. Tap screen. There should no reason why we should not be at 100K at least by now. You guys have been on an hour and a half. That's the best way to support when you're like, hey girl, I got these likes for you. I will take them. Thank you. Share the live out with at least 2 people. And oh yeah, I reset the gift code, you guys. And now everybody please take a every little thing is gonna be all right.
So I listened to her for a long time. I think I should get equal time to respond. She
Okay,
doesn't
you
get to
responded
interrupt
too,
me.
right?
Not as long as she went on.
How long do you need that long too? How long do you need?
Yeah, I do. It was a lot of
And then
stuff
Declan, I want you to ask your question.
So it did happen under Obama. It did happen under Biden. It happened under Clinton and Bush Senior as well. It's always happened this way. And I'm not saying like Dan that I agree with all of it, but y'all are focused on the wrong thing.
So we shouldn't be focused about the
immigration
laws. Whose lives are in danger at Alligator Alcatraz.
Change the immigration law.
Sis, can I ask a quick question?
No. Hold on. Declan, you can go. And then I want to talk about what the big differences is between what Obama did and what Donald Trump did too.
Okay, I'm sorry for the blank green screen. Hey Roscoe, I've been on social media for 20 years. I'm 35 next month, right? You're wrong. You're wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. As a person, as a millennial that's been on their phone religiously, this has never happened to this extent. And remember, camera phones just started to become a thing. Camera phone has just started to become a thing. So when you say, oh my bad, that's a fan. That's a fan. Yeah, my bad. Hold on. That's a fan. My bad. All right, my bad. So when you say that this has been happening since Clinton, that's not true because we were seeing it on the news. I'd have seen it on the news as a child. That didn't happen. That didn't happen when Obama was there, and Obama came in 2008. People had smartphones since 2008. So the reason why we doing this now is because Trump is doing it the wrong way. Trump is anti-constitutional. That's the reason why we having a hard time with you saying, "Oh, it's been happening." No, it has not, because then I would have seen it on my smartphone for the last 16 years, and I haven't. Go ahead.
May I say? Oh,
he left.
Did he run? If I can just say something for 30 seconds, Jess.
You got it.
This is my experience. This is the experience of immigrants, right? I will not wait for a white man to validate my experience and tell me what I've been going through. You guys are so used to this shit. You want to tell us what we've been going through. And I'm telling you that as an immigrant, right, and this month it was 18 years for me in this country, we never once walked around fearing that our green cards or our visas were going to be stripped away under false accusations. We were not fearing getting picked up and tased at a Walmart. These things were not happening. These are things happening under this administration, and I don't need to wait for you to validate that for me.
Y'all heard it here first. That's what I'm like, how you gonna tell her about her experience? You just can't say no, no, no.
She's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard.
Not only that, Jessica, we've been on our phones for this long. We would have seen it already.
See, yeah. Phones have been a thing forever. Okay, I can't tell you what year I got on Instagram because I was too young to be on it. But anyways, over a decade, social media, Facebook, it's been a thing. We would have thought it would be good news for it. It would be political. Somebody would be using it for their own political gain. It just there wasn't a difference. He was doing constitutionally. The reason why his number was up because he would catch the people who just crossed the border who haven't been there that long, so he could expedite the process. Donald Trump used that border. Let me see. Trump expanded the use of the expedited removal to apply to more people inside the U.S. and not just at the border, because you can only use the expedited removal when I think they haven't been there like more than 14 days, or they just crossed sometime in between there. They just crossed the border, so you can do an expedited removal. But once they're living in here, they are due process. But he expanded it so that he can use it for people who are already here, which would mean fewer court hearings and more deportations by ICE. And he attempted to limit the asylum claims and fast track deportations, sometimes detaining people without bond to make it harder to fight their case. And he obviously separated people at the border, but that was the first one. Obviously, he's doing it now, took me off the tip. And so Trump removed Obama's priorities and went after any immigrant, any undocumented immigrant, even those without criminal records. And he focused on people who had criminal records. Like it just had an epiphany. He want to be Obama so bad. He want to be Obama so bad. Oh, I mean, we know that, but like another reason. Anyways, increased the workplace raids and targeted longtime residents, not just recent border crossers. So, and then obviously tried to end DACA, which is in court, locked up in court right now. All right. Sash, welcome to the chat. How are you?
Hey, Mama. How are you?
I'm blessed.
15 days left in Cymone.
What was that? Y'all heard that? That's at your house, Sash?
No, that was
me. My fault. That was the backup device.
Oh, okay. Put it into YouTube.
No,
I know you probably want to say something.
I did, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. No, I wanted to come up because he kept typing in the chat that if they want to do something, then they need to change the law. They need to change the law. He didn't even know what the law was. Excuse me.
And even if the law is not changed now, so guess what? Like you have to do it by the law, and they're not abiding by the law, so it don't even matter what the law is. Y'all don't.
And my thing is that of course I already knew the answer to this question, but my question was going to be, do you favor making an easier pathway to citizenship? Because if you're sitting here saying that we need to change the law, that's what they were trying to do. Mm-hmm. They were trying to make the pathway for citizenship easier. Biden was trying with his app that Trump obviously took away. Obama tried with DACA, even though there wasn't a pathway to citizenship for DACA, he at least tried to protect them from deportation. Mm-hmm. He at least tried to do that. He even tried to do DAPA for the parents. Mm-hmm. And there's still no pathway to citizenship for DACA, but at least he tried to protect them. Mm-hmm. At least he tried to do something. And like people always bring up Obama. How come there was no complaints for Obama? There was plenty of people that were upset with Obama back then. People just don't know about it because they weren't there. They weren't paying attention back then. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of people that complained.
I remember hearing them complaining about it.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of people that were complaining about what happened back then.
They're gonna have to pick a struggle,
right? And there was three different border bills brought up by the Biden administration, and not one of them got through. Why? We all know why. because Trump didn't wanted to run an immigration, which is what he's doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if they wanted to do something, it could have been done. But they're not, that's obviously not what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
This is a whole plan. This is a whole plan of cleansing. And what's her name? Laura Loomer said it outright herself.
Yep.
So
she ain't got no shame in her game.
Exactly. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
I hope you heard that, Rusky.
Yeah, he said his phone died. And also,
okay,
I really wish people would stop using the Law and Order trope. That's a dog whistle.
Oh, you talking about them? Talking about they the party of Law and Order?
Yeah, like I don't like that because I'm a victim of stop and frisk. So that's the reason why I kind of feel a way about that Law and Order trope. Like, do it the right way.
Does anybody know where that trope comes from? Does anybody know where that comes from?
What?
I forgot.
Law and Order.
It comes from Nixon. He said, we restore law and order in our cities. They colored peoples have been running our cities for so long. They are threatening our institutions.
It was Nixon.
I was saying, is that Nixon?
Yeah, it was Nixon.
Yeah, that probably sounded like him too, Nixon.
Listen, I do a great Nixon impression. This is hard to do it when I'm trying to eat candy too.
Oh, what you eat? Okay, now I'm about to get on food. I'm hungry. I'm finna go make me a bowl of watermelon. Ryan, welcome to the chat. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course, no problem. Welcome in.
I'm kind of nervous.
Okay, don't be. Is this your first time?
Yes.
He's nervous, but in the chat he was telling people to mute that woman, aka me.
Well, because she was interrupting.
He was not nervous in the chat.
She was interrupting him, but then you muted him for interrupting her.
Wait, Ryan, are you Brazilian?
I am.
Ay, kind of.
You a Trump supporter?
I am.
You support what he's doing?
Let me specify. Like, I am like a dual citizen. So I was born in the United States. I am an American citizen. I served the United States Marine Corps. I didn't serve the Brazilian army or whatever they have down there. My parents are Brazilian. I'm Brazilian. But like, I'm not actually Brazilian, if it makes sense.
What?
The veteran for Trump?
You know Brazilian Portuguese.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. He's a veteran for Trump?
Good.
Yeah. He also, I don't know if y'all saw, but while you was talking, Cymone, he also had up a businessinsider.com photo.
Yeah, no, wait. Let him show
2014 of the
Manny. Let him show it, Manny. I was waiting.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get to that. That's why he had a.
Yes, let him show it.
I'm a veteran too, and I want to cook.
Let him show that. I was waiting for him to come up with that one.
Show what? What's happening? Hold on. What's happening?
He had. Yeah, show your Business Insider Google photo of the cages underneath Obama. Where'd it go? Go ahead.
Wait, no, this was under Biden, not this one.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't under Biden.
Because I literally, why do you
here?
think I know exactly where that photo came from?
This one right here. It says June 2018.
That's
those. If those are pictures that's posted on the.
That's the one you gotta talk about.
Hold
now
on.
go to the article.
2018.
That's Trump.
That's Trump.
That's Donald Trump.
Go to the article.
What about this one right here?
I can't see
Hold
none.
on. Pull up the one from Donald Trump. Pull up the one from Donald Trump. Pull up the one from 2018. Yeah. But you know what I realized in talking to a lot of maggots? Some of them don't even know which years he was president.
No.
And that's the problem.
That part.
Don't.
But what I'm trying to show is that this was under Trump, right? For 2018.
Well, is my TikTok broken?
But this is under.
Hold on. You might have to drop and come back up because we're not seeing you.
Me?
Okay.
Okay, now we can see.
Yeah, that's the Business Insider.
Sorry, I was trying to use like I don't know how to use TikTok.
Yeah. Now read the article. Read the article.
Sleep in a holding cell at Nogales Placement Center on June 18, 2014. That's the caption right there under it.
Yeah.
Do you know who those kids was? Those were unaccompanied minors that had nowhere to go, so they had to actually put them somewhere. This is why I was hoping you came up because you was chapping in the comments. but I can actually show you that Trump actually did separate kids from their family and put them in cages. And when Democratic lawmakers actually tried to go there, they was turned away. They had one cage that had about 34 kids in there. One facility was actually holding 1,500 kids in a tiny facility. And this was his separation policy, is what he called it.
Yeah, so he could try to scare people at the border.
This was two different things. So those was unaccompanied minors, which I don't agree with, but I understand that he had to put them somewhere because they had nowhere to actually go instead of just leaving them out in the cold.
Mm-hmm. Now, what he also doesn't realize is the facility that the quote unquote cages was built underneath Bush's administration. Yeah. They were utilized by Obama, and Obama installed the chain link fence to separate and actually build a facility for the children to sleep in. That being said, they, as every administration has always said, they never know how many people are going to come over that are unaccompanied minor children. So when they got overwhelmed, they started figuring out a new situation for those kids. And in the meantime, they were there. They were never there for longer than 72 hours because per HHS's ORR rules, after 72 hours, they got to go with ORR. They can't stay inside ICE/DHS detention facilities. So you don't know the whole story. You just see chain link fences, and I get it. It tugs on your heartstrings. I didn't like seeing it either, but that's not the whole story.
That's alligator Alcatraz that you're trying to show right now. But read. I'm gonna
keep going back to the Business Insider thing, but
to read the whole article, and then look for the links that's tied to those, because as I stated before, those was unaccompanied minors that had to actually go somewhere. And when they was granted to go somewhere after being in those cages, they actually went to foster care homes.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. Ron, you said you were a Marine?
Yes.
I figured that you was.
Can I answer a question in the chat? Somebody asked if those kids ever got reunited with their families. And a lot of those kids I believe it was over 1,500. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Those kids are still missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was under Trump administration.
That was under the first.
What happened was, when he separated most of these kids from their family, most of them stayed here and went to foster care, and most of those families ended up moving, so they did not get the notice of return to court. That was the issue, and people try to blame it on Biden when you can actually look this stuff up.
The reason to answer the question though about Obama and the unaccompanied minor children, no, these kids do not get deported back to their country of origin because we do not do that. I don't necessarily agree or disagree with that. We have a law, TVPRA, as well as the kind of puts us in a tough bind as the United States to send immigrant children back to country of origin where no one can we don't know if they're going to be picked up by their family, the government, or some other entity. So we instead, not agreeing with it, we instead keep them, we put them in a foster care or a sponsor program.
And let me just say one more thing too regarding unaccompanied minors. In this administration currently, this Trump administration currently, not the first one, but this one, he's also removed the representation that these unaccompanied minors get when they go in and go to their court dates. So now they don't have representation, and most of the time when these kids, some of them are very, very young, and I'm talking about under 5 years old. When they go to their court dates, when they're without representation, most of the time they're going to be removed. They're going to be removed back. So when they don't have when they do have representation, they have a better chance of being able to stay. But without representation, they get removed. And a lot of times these kids are coming from countries where they're in danger.
So Ryan, can you do us all a favor and stop trying to tug at our heartstrings and remove the pictures of those kids on your phone right now? Because honestly, not only was Obama already under fire by both conservative and liberal media on that, the ACLU already took care of that, not because he had kids in cages, but because there was too many kids in those cages, because there was an overwhelming amount of unaccompanied minor children coming through the border. That was because he inherited not only a terrible, terrible economy from Bush, but also a growing immigration problem. So don't use someone else's pain to push your own political views.
Hey, Hector.
Oh, sorry.
But I can tell you, just in a 6-week span of Trump first time in office, about 3,000 kids were separated from their family at the border. So this wasn't unaccompanied minors. They were snatching them from their family, putting them in separate cages, and charging them with criminal charges for trying to seek asylum. There's a big difference between the two. Do I agree with everything Obama did? Hell no. But what you're not going to keep doing is lying on the man. I don't agree with that extradition, whatever the hell that shit is, when he deported people that was within 100 miles in 14 days.
Expedited removal from the IARIA.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it at all. Now, Trump changed it to anywhere within the U.S. and within 2 years of being in the United States.
And even that part, they violated their own agreement, because even with the expansion. Oh yeah, go ahead. My bad.
What do you like about Trump? What do you like? You like the way what he's doing with immigration?
Because I have a talking point ready.
Hold on, what?
That wasn't him.
Are you talking to me?
Oh no, I thought he was talking to me. Who's talking? Look who's talking.
Right now is Ryan. But before that, it wasn't me.
Oh, so yeah, what is your issue with immigration?
So
I mean, why you like Trump?
So this is only if you really know me, like you would know how I really feel, because where I grew up and everything else.
You say because you're Cuban?
No, I'm Brazilian.
Okay, my bad, I forgot.
Quote unquote.
How'd
But
you grow up? You said if you really knew me, how I grew up.
With a lot of like, I have a lot of friends that came in illegally. I have a lot of friends that were recipients of the DACA, which was awesome. But I also know people that are trying to come in legally that paid like $12,000 to do the process to come in legally and get denied because of the over amount of overstayed visas.
Right. And so which one of your friends or the people are you jealous of that was able to get in here, or you have
I'm a
resentment
citizen.
towards?
I'm a
Like,
citizen.
somebody you love was trying to come and they had to pay money?
I mean, that's just the normal process of, you would go to like an embassy in your country and you apply for a visa and you either get accepted or denied.
So are we mad at visas or are we mad at DACA?
No, I'm not mad. I'm just saying that because of illegal immigration, they couldn't come in.
So they had a backlog because of people that weren't even in the log. That's what you're saying, right? They had a backlog of visa applications. They couldn't get through to your friend because of the people that were never even in the system. It makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
Not.
kind of. I guess
No, I'm being sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic.
No, but that's exactly.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic. Please.
So now personal experience.
Oh my God. I've gotten too good at the sarcasm.
No. Like, what we're saying is, okay, you have friends that came in here allegedly and took advantage of the DACA plan, correct? And they just
I wouldn't say they took advantage. I feel like they
needed it. They were really
like they came in, like they got brought by their parents when their parents came in illegally when they were babies. So they pretty much, that's all they know is the United States. So they,
So
I
what
guess
was their reason for coming?
their parents brought them.
Why did they leave Brazil?
A lot of times, so I think culturally Brazil is awesome. I think job wise and like, you know, the power of purchase or whatever like that, it's not ideally. Like, for example, when I go visit Brazil, right, because the dollar is way more money, like I get to do things and buy things that like the average people either don't get to do it or they usually
I
save.
said
like,
remove historian. What you did, Dan? What was that? I kind of want to see if we. Oh, it's the cigarette. Damn.
Yeah, I
Damn, he
think
was
somebody
about
might
Damn,
to.
Daniel.
him for his
Can he?
background picture.
Dang. So Ryan, right? When a visa gets denied, they get an explanation for it, right? What did that explanation say?
They
Because
had
I know for a fact, I'm willing to bet my left and right butt cheek that it didn't say that it was because of the undocumented immigrants backing up the system. So what exactly did it say?
they had illegal immigrants here in the like family members that are.
No. You said that the visa got denied. What was the
Can I answer
explanation?
the question without you cutting me off, please?
Stick to the topic. Go ahead.
Yes, they got denied because they have family members in the United States illegally. So they got denied because they know that they got family here illegally. So they were like, well, you're not coming in, denied.
Yeah, that's a bold-faced lie.
So how did they know we?
I know he lied.
That don't sound right.
How do they know? I'll tell you how they know. Because they told them. They went to the American consulate in Rio, right? And there's like a whole application process, and they ask, do you have any family members that are in the United States? And they answered.
Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Wait. So again. Go ahead.
Can I go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, right, they asked and they had to choose. They either could have lied and said, no, we don't have anyone illegally there. I have, they could have used me as an example. They could have said, no, I have someone there that it's there legally. They're a citizen, right? Which he did. They did. But they also said, well, I do have their daughter and dad is here illegally, and they said it. They were honest, they were upfront.
And so your mom and dad is here?
My mom is, my dad is not. But no, I'm not talking about me personally, I'm talking about them.
So the woman that was on her way here, are you in love with her?
No.
Have you ever been in love with her?
With her? No, I'm happily married.
I heard you start whispering now.
Oh, I
want you to be as loud about being happily married as you was about.
Oh, I am
Trump.
Extremely happily married.
Mm-hmm. Extremely happily married. Okay. I ain't mad at you. I mean,
sorry. I'll stay in the topic. So they got denied. They got denied because they were truthful in the application, saying that so it's a couple, right?
Right. So my thing is,
she has
allegedly
a daughter with someone else, like her ex marriage.
Okay, I got questions now. So
that daughter is here, and her dad is here, and she answered it. They answered it truthfully.
Is your mom here legally?
My mom, yes.
Your dad, is he back in Brazil?
He's in Brazil, yes. They're divorced. They're divorced.
Okay. So my thing is, when at the time this person was applying, was your mom legal?
But that has nothing to do with me.
So she could have just said, I got my parents are legal here. If they're illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants. I'm not following it.
Sure.
Undocumented immigrants, right? They just came over.
Yeah, they came through Mexico.
Mm-hmm. And then they applied for DACA.
No,
you said they took advantage of the DACA plan.
This is no. Okay, hold on. Let's not. I know people that I went to school with that received DACA, but the person that I'm talking about.
Let me talk about your personal experiences. What about like your mom and your dad? Did she come over here illegally?
To be very honest, my dad did a couple times. My mom, I don't think so, because my mom she's now a U.S. citizen. She had a green card when I was born.
You want to send your mama back?
No, she's here legally.
You voted for Trump. You said she's here illegally?
Legally. She is a US citizen.
And that's not stopping Donald Trump, right? He's revoking people's citizenship. He said he want to revoke American citizenship.
You say you want to denaturalize motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the birthright citizenship thing?
Everything citizenship.
Everything.
He literally said, "I can deport. I'm looking into deporting American citizens next."
If you haven't heard about the DOJ memo that was sent out, literally like over the weekend, it was like Friday or Saturday, about denaturalization cases, and the judges it's at their discretion to choose when to denaturalize people. You better read up.
I need to ask 2 clarifying questions. When you do the censors, what do you check?
Me?
Brian.
Yeah. Do you check white?
What do you check when you do the censors?
What do you mean?
What race do you check?
Okay, when you apply for a job and they say black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, Indian, what do you check?
I usually do other, because they don't. If they have like Latino there, but it's like weird on applications, because like sometimes they don't have like for race.
Have you ever checked white?
It's only 5 races.
No.
He got that New York sound.
Okay. Yeah, he had to think about that. Second question. Are you married to a white woman?
I had to think if I ever did or not. Or can I not think?
Yeah.
You got to think about what your race is?
Perfectly fine.
No, she asked me if I ever did
I asked
something.
Benzie ever check the white. I'm white.
Yeah. Second question. Are you married to a white woman?
Yes.
Got him.
Yeah. I know it was something. All right. That explains it. Okay.
Oh, I got a question. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know this is my favorite part. Do y'all get along?
My wife and I?
Your mom, you and your mom, or your wife and your mama? Because we just had this conversation last night about boy mom. You say yeah? She likes your wife?
Oh yes.
That's interesting.
But does she like you?
Yeah.
You see that? Yeah, wasn't a sure.
You got any other brothers and sisters?
Yes.
They
I have 3 sisters and a brother.
Who are you, the youngest or the oldest?
So my dad is now married to someone else, and he has a daughter.
Oh, and they're all back in Brazil?
Yes, and she's the youngest.
But out of the boys, are you the youngest or the oldest?
So okay, so let me. I guess I'll give you my family background. So my mom and my dad, they both.
I just realized something you said. Latino is an ethnicity, so that wouldn't be on applications.
It don't matter.
So when it says race, and it says race and ethnicity.
Yeah,
so
hold on.
It doesn't.
I have a question.
I don't know who to answer.
Just answer me.
Okay.
So your mom so you say your mom.
Oh, before my mom and my dad.
But like my end question was like, do you you and your brother, do y'all compete a lot?
No.
Oh, okay. Because what is the issue? You know that this would probably put your mom and possibly you in harm's way or being detained by ICE since they're not asking any questions. Why would you risk that? Or do you think like if they see me with my wife, I'm gonna get a pass?
I think that there's 2 sides to every story. For example, okay.
What's your side?
And I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
When she was talking about, when during Obama, nobody had to worry about, being deported. That's not true. I know people. All right. I used to receive text messages growing up saying, "Hey,
I just want to stay in first person, like experiences, because I don't want to speak for other people over here about other people. No, people lie. I mean, shit.
This is a first person experience.
No, like you first person. Like I want to your.
Okay, so if I say I know someone.
No. I was like I was picked up or I was in the situation. This is my experience from my experience, not
like,
from their experience.
I'm not saying their experience. I'm saying like if I know someone that was worried about I am not white. Oh, whoever said that. Anyway, sorry. If I know someone that has like that was here with a visa or something, and they were worried about being deported during Obama, is that not like a my experience? Because like I witnessed this. I know for a fact this happened.
Okay.
Right. But sorry, hold on. Let me just say this. That so I used to receive text messages. Me, I'm a citizen, right? Don't care. But I used because I had a lot of Brazilian friends and a lot of immigrant friends, a lot of Haitian friends that I used to receive text messages saying, "Hey, there's an ICE blitz down on this road and this road. Be careful driving there. Hey, don't come this way." So there's like this little area where I grew up in Florida that usually there's a lot of immigrants there because it was cheaper. And they used to.
How old are you?
Used to go there. 31.
Mm-hmm.
ICE used to go there all the time and arrest people and detain people and deport people.
Oh my Lord, he drags it out. How old were you when your dad got deported?
My dad never got deported.
How old were you when your dad left back to Brazil?
18.
Okay.
Right when he went, I was in boot camp when he went back. So like after I went to boot camp,
So what is the issue? Did your mom vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I can't do this.
It's the whole family. Yeah, I'm sure your wife voted for Trump. How long you been married?
Since 2019.
Oh, in the middle of the Trump.
Do you feel like 2016?
Were you born here?
Yes.
Was he born here? Okay.
Yes.
Do you feel like your wife influenced you to? It had any influence on you voting for Donald Trump?
I think I influenced her. Actually, I don't know. I think we kind of just both agreed.
What was it that he was saying that you really, really liked? Like his campaign?
I think so when I look like I'll try to look like outside and I look of ideology of Democrats and ideology of Republicans of what Democrats believe, what Republicans believe. I think I align myself more with what Republicans believe.
No. What did that? Because he's hijacked the Republican Party. It's the MAGA Party, right? So, what is it that he said that you like?
I think I was again like between being a Democrat and being a Republican.
No,
right?
That wasn't the question. I didn't ask you what's the difference between being a Democrat and being a Republican. I said, what did Donald Trump say to you that
when it came down to back in 2016 and it was between voting for Donald Trump or what's her face?
It don't matter. Why did you vote for? What does he campaign on that you like?
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, so let me ask you a question. When you go vote, right? Do you usually know, like, right? Because like when you go vote, and then there's like, let's say there's a president, there's like
Ryan, my God, this election, no,
yes, this election.
Okay, sure. Okay, so
what was it that you voted for
right,
this election?
When you went to vote, and there's like, you choose between Trump and Kamala, and you choose
like you don't hold on.
And you
Let's
choose,
just do a quick reset.
Like judges, and you
hold on. I got you. Because you may need some time to think about it.
Yeah, hold on.
Screen. There's no reason, y'all. We've been on another 45 minutes and we still didn't get to 100K. Can y'all please help me out? I would greatly appreciate it. I missed the whole table with my elbow. Yes, we still have 13 heart hands to do. Always the best way to support the live via Cash App or Venmo. It's I'm Jessica Cymone, and it's all my pay links in the bio. And I appreciate all the love that you give. And if you have a question, I'll also ask it as well. Just put it in the dono. I appreciate it. So we need 13 more of them. And you can also subscribe. So I was thinking we should watch Marvel, you guys. Ironheart. Maybe we should have that for a movie night, like, maybe an episode a day or something like that. But also too, I had what was my question? What did Donald Trump say? That you like? Oh, that's what I'm gonna say. I wanted to stop really quick, and I just want you to pay attention to yourself. I think it's very important to be self-aware, and it this will play back on YouTube, so you can be able to kind of listen to it. When I asked you the questions, which I have asked so many different times, somebody else asked the same question, like, "Are you gonna get it?" I want you to think at the way and the hoops that you have to go through to find your answer, and maybe ask yourself, "Why is it taking me so much to find the answer?" Right? And if you have to bring up somebody else to say why you chose somebody, then you really again want to look into what the truth really may be. Even if you're honest, like, I don't want, what it is, you don't want to say it out loud, or maybe you're just inherently being a certain way for whatever reasons, and so maybe a lot of trauma to unpack somewhere, right? But I think that if you can't answer that question, it's just like when black men say they date white women, and they say, "Why you date white women?" And you're like, "Black women, da da da." Like, no, no, no. What do you like about white women? You don't have to down a black woman to say, like, lead with it. So I'm gonna ask you again. What is it that Donald Trump said that you like?
Okay. I don't think there was anything specific that he said. Okay. I think what it came down to for me, when it came to voting, it came down to, do I want to vote for a Republican or do I want to vote for a Democrat? And when I had to make that choice, I had to think, which one do my beliefs align with more? And if it was a Republican or Democrat, I'm saying that even if it wasn't Kamala Harris or Donald Trump,
Kamala.
right? I still, sorry,
Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Even if it wasn't them two on the ballot, I believe that I still would have voted to a certain extent. Let's not go extreme here. I still would have voted for whoever the Republican candidate.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Harold, thank you for the $15. Just because it's you, I appreciate you. Drop some coconuts for Harold in the chat. You always showing me love, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, love. Can I see some coconuts in the chat, and also some coconuts for the bread raid? Oh, more coconuts for the 100K, you guys. Okay, let's keep that thing going. Let's see if we can get up to 150 before we get out of here. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, chat. W to the chat. Coconuts to the chat. Coconuts to the bread raid, and coconuts to you, Harold. Thank you so much.
All right, Ryan. I'm glad you said that. I'm really glad you said that. Okay, so no. You finished. You finished.
I didn't finish.
Trust me, you did finish. You finished. Trust me, you
Hold
finished.
on. What else? Do you really have something else?
Yes. So I just need you to think with me here. When you went to vote, was there like a bunch of like judges and people that you had to vote that you had no idea who they were?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
Do you know you go to bluevotersguide.org, and they'll tell you all those people, just for everybody in the chat, so you know moving forward too. That way you can look them up before you get there. But you didn't know who the president was. We're talking about the presidential race. Thank you, Brad. Hey, Jack Songs. Hey, Trish.
I'm just saying that in general, the reason why what I'm saying is that the reason why, I'm saying even if it wasn't Donald Trump, I believe that I still would have voted for the Republican.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Go ahead.
Okay, Ryan. I'm glad you said that. Ryan,
I would have when it came to the judges, right? And there's or whatever here, congressman or whoever, and there's like two names that I have no idea who they are, and it just says Republican and Democrat, and I vote usually for the Republican.
Hold on. You were talking about how excited you were to vote for Trump, and heck yeah, my wife, we all voted for Trump, as if you knew what he was talking about. You wasn't voting. You didn't say that in the beginning. You were all for Trump, but Who was that that had a question? I kept hearing.
Me.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm glad you said that. You're going to vote Republican no matter what. Okay. So let's say Kamala Harris ran on Donald Trump plan and Donald Trump ran on Kamala Harris plan. All they did was switch positions. Would you have voted for Kamala Harris? Or would you have voted for Trump?
Like you're saying, like if
she ran on his plan,
if Harris was a Republican,
his plan, his party, and he ran on her plans, her party, who would you have voted for?
I probably would have voted for the Republican candidate that would have been Harris.
Probably, but you said you're going to vote Republican no matter who, right?
Yeah.
Why is it probably now?
Because it's a hypothetical. So if that would have happened, then I probably would have done it.
Why is it probably? You said you voting red no matter what? So why did it switch to probably now?
Okay, I would have voted for her. Is it better?
Yeah, no, you don't sound like you was even convinced with that answer. That just let me know you didn't want to vote for the woman.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it do. I can hear it all in your voice. Once you said probably, I would have voted for her.
Because it wasn't existent. Like if it was true, I probably would have voted for her. But it's not true. Like if you're saying like let's say next election is between a Republican woman and a Democratic man.
Hey,
I will vote.
Hey, Emperor.
Ryan, you monologued long enough, Ryan. Your answer is still probably. You said even if it was true, you probably would have voted for her.
Okay, let me tell you this. The next election, if it's the next election, is between a Republican woman and a Democratic man, I will vote for the Republican woman.
Okay. Hold on.
I do gotta go, Jessica. I gotta go sleep.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Night panel.
Good night, Manuel. I have a question right now.
Did that answer your question?
To Naquan?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, give me all I needed to know.
Okay, so my screen is fire. Listen, that's the dumbest shit I heard in my life. I'm gonna tell you why that's the dumbest shit I heard in my life. So basically, do you make over $400,000?
No.
So why the hell would you vote for a Republican and they're not progressive?
What do you mean?
Why would you vote for a Republican if they're not progressive?
Wait, Ryan, you don't know the difference. You don't know the difference between a conservative and a progressive?
Yeah, he just told us he eeny, meeny, mode.
I think when it comes,
you know what's so crazy,
when it comes down to, well, like, for example, like for me, and I'll speak about me.
I want some snacks, but this
is so Ryan,
when it comes down to like,
Ryan,
I input
Ryan,
like
Ryan,
religious
I'm
beliefs
sorry,
a lot.
Ryan, you monologuing. I just need you to answer the question. Do you know the difference between a conservative and a progressive? It's a simple yes or no. Not a monologue. Not when it comes down to me. Not when I was 6 years old. I took an ice cream out the refrigerator. Do you know the difference between the two parties?
Kind of.
Wait, stop.
This is dangerous.
It's very, very dangerous, Nick. I'm glad you caught on. Hey, Ryan, you're a millennial. Why are you going for a conservative group and you're a millennial? I'm not saying there's no conservative millennials, but you are an immigrant. You are a United States veteran, so you say. He's 31 years old, I'm assuming. Why would you ever go against your best interests?
Because I don't think that it goes against my best interests.
But you don't make $400,000. So why would you go for? Hold on. Let me set up for this. Let me turn up my phone. Why would you go? So basically, you just threw darts. You just threw shit on the wall, hoping it sticks. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, like so a conservative, right? Someone that have like socially traditional like ideas, or you think of like, you know, you believe
Why would
in
you
like
want that as a
private
millennial?
ownership and like free.
Why
like,
would you want that as a millennial? Especially as a person, quote unquote, person of color.
That's just what I believe. I believe.
So
I have like I'm like a Christian background, so I
Hold
feel like that
on.
plays a
Okay,
big part
so
in it.
my thing is, why aren't there Christians don't only exist on the right; they exist on the left
On the
too.
left.
I agree.
So, and then Kamala Harris was also a Christian. She was at her church, so they both believe in Christianity, and one actually knows some scripture in the Bible,
I
right?
think going to church
Donald,
doesn't really make you a
but Donald Trump, has he done anything Christ-like?
No.
Wait, Ryan, before anybody answers, sis, check CH.
No, he has not done anything Christ-like. I'm not trusting the anti-constitutional man to be Christ-like.
Thank you, Irene. Thank you for the $2 for kick the uneducated fool. Please start passing the plate around. We have officially started passing around the plate, y'all. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. So now it makes sense. You just like me. You are a second generation immigrant. And he's trying to get rid of the 14th Amendment. And you voted for him. That don't make Naquan, that makes sense?
What
Not at all.
So from what I understood from that was only a counter, and it was to the influx of immigrants that came in.
Wait, hold on, Ryan. Let me stop you there. You're speaking to a veteran right now. And from veteran to veteran, we don't have an immigration issue. We don't have an immigration issue. And if you think we have, no, stop.
Rusky, what are the numbers? Okay, 1 second. You guys give me a follow if you're not done. So tap the screen, share the live, do all the amazing things that you guys do, and I love you guys for it. We have 11 more heart hands that just spended. What was I about to say? Chris, welcome in. How are you? Come on, fresh cut.
My guy, Chris.
Look at Sharpen in attack.
I'm good. How are you?
I am blessed.
That's my guy right there, man.
Welcome in.
I just wanted to come up and share just a couple of thoughts that I've had for the past hour and a half. People like Ryan and people like the other guest that you had on, I forgot his name. They will never know what it's like to either be an immigrant or to either be a child of an immigrant. And let me talk about why I'm saying that. One, I am a child of immigrants myself, so I'm never going to know what my parents went through, but I can show empathy. However, when it comes to the child of immigrants, I feel like white people in general, are never going to know what that sacrifice is like. They're never going to know what their parents did for them to be able to come into this country. Like, I'm sure that, I know for a fact that my parents gave up everything. And for that, I'm really thankful. And I'm actually really grateful that they did what they did for me to be able to do the things that I'm doing right now. And I literally thank them every single day. Like, I call my mom at the exact same time every day, and we have a conversation. And at the end of that conversation, I say, thank you for coming to this country, because you gave me the opportunities to do what I'm doing now because of your sacrifice. And when it comes to me not knowing what it is to be an actual immigrant, what I'm saying is that I'm never going to know what that journey is like. So that's why I respect people like Sash, people like Sajida, and my parents, because they risked their lives to be able to contribute to this country. And for that just speaks volumes of their character. And I land my plane.
Thank you so much, Chris.
W Chris in the chat, man.
Yeah, I don't get some coconuts, please. Coconuts. I need a
Chris in the chat.
coconut. Coconuts. La best. Thank you for the hot hands. Thank you, Kyo.
But you know what's so crazy though? Watch this. Ryan is a child of an immigrant. That's the tragic irony.
That's sad. Yeah, I mean, it just put your family in danger. That's why I'm not understanding.
You put my family in danger. We all got citizenship.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question just, and then I have to drop.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead, Mila.
I just had a question because it doesn't make sense, and you don't have to answer, Ryan. I'm just curious. You were so enthused to vote for Trump, even though you said that your friends were DACA recipients, and Trump is wanting to get rid of the DACA program. How sad. I wonder if you're still friends with those friends, and for your mom and your family, Trump is saying that he wants excuse me, he wants to get rid of birthright citizenship. He wants to get rid of he's getting rid of TPS, temporary protected status. He's wanting to get rid of everybody's citizenship status. For veterans like yourself, he is not helping with VA benefits. He's getting rid of a lot of people, a lot of jobs for people that work in the VA. I'm just curious as to why you were so enthused to vote for this when it clearly is affecting everybody in our respective communities. But that's just my question for the night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Jessica, you look so beautiful tonight.
Thank you.
As always, you do. Love everybody on the panel. Everybody
Sleep
have
like
a
the
good
queen you
evening.
are, darling.
Love ya.
Good night, Sash.
Good night.
So I guess to answer her question, what was the question? Why do I wanna?
Hey, fucking yo.
Okay, so you don't just
He
so you
couldn't.
don't want to
He
have this
couldn't answer
conversation,
the
Ryan.
question the first time. He's not going to be able to answer the question on
What
the
was?
second go round.
Can you guys just say
Ryan,
what was
let
the
me
question?
let me ask you one clarifying question real quick.
Can you
Just to level set and make sure you hear. How many
Okay, I
months
gotta
have
go pee
28
now.
days in it?
Y'all don't let the chat get
Okay.
crazy. Don't be talking over each
So
other.
so you're
Quan,
able.
let 'em-
I got you, sis. So you're able to pay attention. What she said wasn't a lot, so I don't see how you didn't hear what she said.
I'll be
You
very
most
honest with
likely
you.
just
I
tuned
was
it
reading
out.
something and I kind of
Okay, that means you tuned it out.
ADHD.
That's disrespectful because she took her time to say what she wanted to tell you what she needed to say, and you decided to read something and tune it out. That's highly disrespectful. I know you.
And
was talking as a
I just
kid.
don't want to just blame this on like ADHD, but it's hard sometimes for me to focus. And
Shut the
sometimes
hell up. I got
All right,
ADHD.
all right, Ryan. All right, everybody on mute real quick. I want to do a quick mod. Okay, so we have 227 people in here. I need everybody to tap the screen. Y'all know my slogan: get your fingers but out of any dark places you have them in. Wipe them off. Don't wipe them off. I really don't care. It's not my device, fellas. Thanks to Hector for this line. Tap that X like it's your controller button. Ladies, act like you are flicking the bean and get the like and do all the good things. Show the host some love. Also, let's get 120 shares in the next 10 minutes. So I need everybody in here to share with at least one person. Share with your meemaws, your pawpaw, your sister, brother, your cousin, uncle, your daddy, mother. I really don't care. Hell, share with the sheepdog for all I care. Let's do all the good things to protect the lives so we can keep having this conversation. And to the person in the comment that said, let's talk about slavery, you're not equipped enough to have that conversation. I would debunk any ice walker on slavery any given day. You want to know why? Because my ancestor lived it, so I had to study it. Stay in your place.
Yo, Naquan, why do they always bring that up? Like,
I don't know. They try to use that as a gotcha moment. Like, I don't understand. Lincoln did not want to free the black people. He actually wanted us to go colonize the southern countries. Like I know
go back to
this
Liberia.
stuff. Like wanted the people that were free, the black people that were free here in the North. He wanted us to leave. He didn't want us to be free. He only freed us because he lost bodies and was losing the war. So if y'all want to be honest about American history, America only exists because black people.
And they keep going.
We won the Civil War. You're welcome.
And they keep going into people's lands, but
they're trying to antagonize in the comments when they say like, oh, why don't we talk about slavery, or whenever they say shit like, oh, just worry about eyes. You just ask them to talk to you about the Whitakers.
So if it wasn't for black people fighting the Civil War because we won the war, white people in the North was losing, Lincoln was losing. Most of y'all wouldn't have the Constitution that y'all actually have right now. So you're welcome, Buttercup. You're welcome. Okay. So who was next?
I think you was talking about Ryan and his lack of attention to detail.
Yeah, I'm off that part. I'm off that
I
part.
think Declan said he had a question.
No, I didn't have a question. I had a question, but I forgot it already. But yeah.
I'm sorry. Took, unless you're gonna have enough nuts to request up, I'm gonna mute you in the comment. See me, I violate the First Amendment right because I know it does not apply to an app. So unless you have the fortitude to request up, you're going on mute.
Did you bring Brandon in yet?
I was just about to get to that. Sorry.
No worries. No, you good. I didn't want to do it twice. Hey, Brandon, welcome to the chat. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Thank you, Hector. W Hector's in the chat. What was I about to say? I forgot. Go ahead. Oh, did you want to answer the prompt, or did you have something to add? Did you want to add something to the conversation that we were already talking about?
Yeah, the prompt about you was voting for Trump, because I can't see the prompt in the small box now.
Oh, it says, "Do you have voters remorse?"
Not really. No.
I'm saying not really. Why is it wavering?
What did he vote for?
Trump.
Oh shit. Okay, let me get up for this.
Wait, you said he voted for Trump?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, I say not really because even though Trump is not doing what he said he was going to do, the other candidate didn't do anything that I agree with. So this is between a rock and a hard place. So
not really.
She didn't do anything that you agree with.
Trump was more like she didn't care for immigration. She was going to be a Biden 2.0. So I didn't really like.
Okay.
I don't really like the Biden policies or hers.
So tell me which policies of hers were the same as Biden.
Just the how she's treating just the inflation, government spending, even though Trump has had a renege on it.
What was her policy about inflation?
Well, she wanted to spend more money to get us out of inflation, which made no sense.
That's exact. Donald Trump is spending way more money than she planned already.
Yeah, and Trump ran on. He wasn't going to do that.
He said he was going to do it.
Oh, he didn't. He said he was going to curtail government.
No, he said he was going to create a tax cut, which we knew.
He said he would create a tax cut, but he also talked about tariffs, and if you know, that comes back down to the consumer. And he also talked about giving the rich a huge tax break, which we're going to have to pay for, cut some of our programs just so we can give them more money. So yeah, you're going to end up spending more money. And the experts talked about how much of a deficit and how much debt we would be in with Trump. So much more than Kamala Harris.
That's not true.
Hey, Brandon.
But also, hold on. Also, Brandon, the money she was planning on spending would have generated more money. She was actually planning on helping small business. She was actually planning on building more homes. So all of her money in the long run would have generated more wealth into the country.
No, it wouldn't have.
It actually would have, because if
okay, hold on, really quick. Why wouldn't it?
Because she wanted to give people money to buy homes. And if you give people money,
Why is that a bad thing?
If you give people money to buy homes, all you do is create more expensive homes.
Hold on, Brandon. I'm sorry. I gotta be the one. Your mic is hella muffled.
You sound like you're under the water.
Oh, my bad. My phone was on the
Okay,
she
Yeah,
wanted
hold
to
on.
give
Let him
money
finish,
to.
please.
She
Because we
wanted to
all
give
know why we on the right side of history.
yeah, because she wanted to give money for first time home buyers, and what that's going to do is just inflate the prices of homes. We have a housing shortage, so giving people money to buy homes only exacerbates the problem, not make it better.
Hey, Brandon. Watch this.
Hold on, I still had him. I got you got him next. So
I know that.
she was planning on building millions of homes. So no, it wouldn't have did
no, she wasn't.
Yes, she was. She
The
actually
plan is 3 million homes over the course of 4 years. What do you mean?
How is she
Hold
gonna
on,
just
Brandon. Not only that, and give more contractors or more small businesses government subsidies. You know how the billionaires get all the subsidies, basically the welfare for the rich. She was going to give more of the small businesses those opportunities to make that type of money and have a secure contract.
Yeah, this
so
is
that
just
we
not,
could build
the
up the
small
middle.
businesses tax breaks are from Republicans.
No, they're not.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so
Bro, hold on.
So Brandon, like I said, she was planning on building 3+ million homes. She was also helping, and she wasn't giving the money. It was a tax cut that you had to qualify for, which most states already do. But you wouldn't know that because you're not educated enough. Also, she was planning on giving tax cuts to small business owners, which means you had to actually start the business first in order to qualify for that deduction. Then you have to be in good standard. See, you didn't pay attention to her policies, and then
So she was giving a bunch of tax cuts, but you just complain about
deduction. See, the difference between her tax cuts and Trump tax cut, it would have actually helped the middle class, because studies already showed that if you own a home, you can create generational wealth. Fun fact, I actually know this stuff because I love money.
What does owning a home have to do with building a home?
Because you could have had generational wealth if you was able to afford a home. That creates generational wealth if you're able to keep that home in your family. But again,
do you know why home prices are so expensive?
No. I actually do, because Trump.
Okay, hold on 1 second, y'all. Hey. We about to go to bed. One person at a time, please. Give me 1 second, Brandon. Hold on. You've been waiting so patiently. I appreciate your patience. Love, how are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you for inviting me. And how are you today?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I cannot complain.
I know that's right, baby.
Did you want to answer the prompt? I think it was a couple people ago that you requested up. Or did you have something that you wanted to say to somebody to add to the conversation?
I was going to ask Brandon, do you own your home?
No, I rent.
Oh, so if you rent, no harm intended. Why are you even on the subject of home ownership?
Because I want to own a home.
Oh, you want to?
Oh my God!
And the interest rates are so high.
Do you think you will be able to? Do you think you will be able to own a home under this regime that we're in?
Well, I wasn't under Biden at all, so I wanted to give something else a chance other than a 2.0 of Biden. That was my thinking. And doing the exact same things like the Inflation Reduction Act, which spent more money, which kept the interest rates high because the Fed had to combat high inflation, didn't seem to help. But this is why I went to Trump, because I thought what he said he was going to do, cut a bunch of government spending, which cuts money that's flowing into the government, which I thought he was going to do. It's going to lower the inflation because there's not enough money going around, which tells the Fed to lower interest rates, which would have helped people, home buyers, because people would have borrowing costs for people who make homes would have been much cheaper to get credit for. That was the whole idea, but he didn't do that.
So have the interest rates from Biden's era gone? I mean, have the interest rates now gone up or down since Trump took office?
Stayed the same.
They have?
Yes, the Fed hasn't cut since Trump's been in office.
The Federal Reserve?
Yes, the Federal Reserve has not cut. They were cutting at the end of Biden, then they stopped. But it's still high.
I have a question. Oh, what is it? How much is it? What is it? What's the rate?
Right now I think it's 4.7, I believe.
Wait, you think inflation is 4.7? You're wrong.
No, I didn't say inflation. I just said the interest rate. I didn't say inflation. The inflation is like 2.7. It's coming out tomorrow, actually.
And you said you had a problem with the Inflation Reduction Act?
Inflation Reduction Act because it spends more money. It keeps spending money. That's why we had inflation, because the government kept spending money.
Then why do we have to spend so much money?
Well, we spent money first for COVID. Then after that, it was another COVID bill. Then after that, it was inflation. Then after that, it was a CHIPS Act.
Okay,
because I remember the Inflation Reduction Act being passed in August of 2022, and if you look at the inflation rate, you see it go down every single month afterwards.
COVID
what was
Trump.
it in 2022? 2022 was not Trump.
COVID
I know. I'm talking about the Inflation
Trump.
Reduction Act. What you talking about?
I'm saying, but what we did to combat COVID, the first couple of
yeah, C19 just for TikTok friendly.
Yeah, C19.
No, I'm sorry, C19.
Okay.
The first a couple of C19 bills. I understand people wasn't in trouble, but after a while we kept spending money. And okay, the bill came due. When the bill came due, it was called inflation. When it was up 9-10%, everything year over year was increasing by 9 or 10%, which is insane. So what ends up happening is everything got unaffordable. And the Fed, how the Fed combats this is by raising interest rates. And when they do that, it makes everything more. It makes everything like restrictive. So when you want to borrow money, it's hard to borrow money. The Fed is literally trying to slow the economy down because inflation is running away, as they say.
Inflation is running away. Okay, so I know I have it up here. Give me 1 second, you guys. I got you. But I know I have the inflation, right?
Inflation rate right now is like 2 point something, which is good.
No, I want to see over the last 5 years because I do know the inflation rate.
But while you look that up,
Started to go down.
Can I correct one thing? Even let's say we remove C19 and we compare their spending and printing of money. Trump spent and printed more. You can actually look this up. Even if we remove C19 from both of their things,
remove it.
Yes, if we remove that spending and do not count that spending, Trump spent more. If we still put it back, Trump spent more. So regular spending with C19 spending, it doesn't matter. Trump spent and print more money than Biden did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. You might want to go check that.
Name me the bills that Trump passed that were heavy spenders.
The tax cut.
Oh, I said spending. That's not spending.
Yes, the
you
tax cut
spending.
is
You talking about
spending.
they
dollars.
They turned what? ICE now gets like it went from like 40 billion to 170 billion. I'm gonna look it up.
With the ICE shit?
Yeah. So we're spending that much to get people out, and it's not even that many undocumented immigrants. And the way he's going about it is unconstitutional.
Anti-constitutional.
I'm saying when it came down to the CHIPS Act, when it came down to the Inflation Reduction Act, the Democrats usually spend more, but what they usually do to cover it is they raise taxes on the rich. The Republicans spend less, but what they usually do to cover it, to make up for that, is they tax less. So it's kind of a balance in between.
No, what they normally do is tax the poor to take care of the rich.
No, I'm talking about Republicans. Because Obama raised the taxes a little bit on.
Obama. So the last 3 tax cuts that we've been under pretty much were all Republicans. Obama added on to a Republican tax plan. None of the tax plans we've been under the last couple of years were Democratic tax plans. But if we go back and we actually look at the tax plans that were passed under Democrats, it would show, well, even under a Democrat presidency, it would show that they actually brought down the debt and the deficit every time, while Republicans raised both.
I got a question for him.
Yeah, go
ahead. Do you make $400,000 or more a year?
No.
So why the fuck would you vote for Donald Trump if we're on a Trump tax plan?
I told you, like, first of all, when it comes to he ran on cutting government spending. He ran on no more foreign wars. So you had
in a foreign war.
What Elon was supposed to do.
Elon was
going
supposed
to do this was stop auditing the Pentagon,
Stop.
which he didn't do.
Stop.
Can we? That's what I thought he was going to do. You asked me why.
Hold on.
Y'all gotta